only thing we have to
Beer.
is
Beer.
itself.
Beer. So many choices.
Only no function beer well without.
Woohoo! Beer! Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beer Busters, where we're going to bring you the news and reviews of some wonderful brews. My name is Dan Baker, joined as usual by my co-host and brewologist,
Steph Hefner.
and the demented and fermented
Wayne Baker.
I think we're setting a record. We're home again. This is the second time in like a month and a half-ish. We've returned to the Beer Busters podcast basement, the global headquarters, and we have two guys with us who are in the beer industry, but much like us, do not have a brewery that we work for, which is kind of refreshing to see, and it's cool to get another perspective from the beer industry. But we have with us
Glenn Gabriel.
and
Matt Kozar.
now, gentlemen, you guys are from breweries in PA.
Exactly, not brewers of PA, although
Right.
that does happen quite often.
Wayne and I were having this conversation on the way up because recently we've been getting emails about both, and it kind of just the conversation.
I
went off
almost
the rails a little
emailed
bit.
Brewers of PA today when I was emailing
Yeah.
you. I'm like, shit, wrong people.
But very distinct differences, and we'll get into a lot of it. But long story short, you guys help with marketing of breweries, correct?
Exactly.
Cool. Yeah, and I know we'll dive into this a little bit after we do some other intro-y stuff and get through the news. But I think it's a cool perspective to have, which is going to help a lot of new and upcoming breweries get on the map and get the word out. So you guys are doing a great thing, and we want to, of course, thank you for coming out here to the basement with us.
I appreciate you having us.
And I promise this is not a ruse. Just to get you guys out here.
Steal your beer. Seems that way, but it's okay. There's beer here.
There is a lot of beer here. Speaking of which, we have a sipping beer. What is the sipping
We
beer?
do. We are drinking the other Final Gravity beer we were supposed to drink last time we were in the basement.
Yeah, we kind of slipped up.
But we kind of drank a lot and forgot about it. Sorry, Joe Man. So this is, again, Final Gravity Brewing Company, a newer brewery in Richmond, Virginia, doing some amazing things. This is their double IPA, Venus Rising, not Venus Renus.
Although I like Venus Renus
Venus
better.
Renus.
Venus Rising.
I'm going to call it
Venus
Venus
Renus.
Venus Renus.
It is superbly dank.
It is, and it's got like a nice
tasty.
crisposity to the back of it.
Crisposity?
I'm making that a word.
Wow.
Crisposity.
What was the ABV on this?
8-1.
8-1.
It's up
Holy
there.
cow!
Oh, it's gonna be a sloppy night.
It's going to be a fantastic
We're
night.
starting off right.
Exactly. I really like it.
It's pretty smooth.
See, I wasn't the first one
I
to
know
drop
you
that
were
word.
not the first one that said it. I was impressed by your improved adjective.
Crisposity.
Your crisposity.
By your language improvisation.
Yes.
Thank you for giving me a little more credit than I deserve there. We do have other things we, of course, want to get to. I want to thank Audible for their continuing support. You can remember you can go to audibletrial.com/beerbusters. Sign up for your free 30-day trial of your own, very own, personal, it's yours Audible account where you get to look through the library, download, listen to, and keep your own audiobooks. Whatever you want to read, whatever you want to listen to, let somebody read it to you. And worst thing that happens, if you don't continue past the 30-day trial, you got a free book. Keep going back to it all you want. Audibletrial.com.
Makes ears happy.
It does make your ears
Makes
happy.
ears happy. You know what makes Beer Busters happy?
These people.
When you support the show by going to patreon.com/beerbusters, where you get cool perks like being invited to VIP events like our room full of patrons behind us.
Yay!
Who all got to come out and share in our merriment today and are being served delicious beers and snacks, being waited on hand and foot by Rich.
Well, we did determine that last time we were in the studio. Rich is kind of their servant.
Yes. So you get your own personal servant and beers.
Foreshadowing, Rich will have multiple jobs tonight.
Yes, he will.
Oh, stay tuned.
If you want to learn how to have Rich wait hand and foot on you, you go to patreon.com/beerbusters and sign up to become a patron and support the podcast. Donate as little as $1 a month to help keep the lights on here at the Beer Busters global headquarters. So check it out, patreon.com/beerbusters.
And there's a lot of great events coming up. It's that time of year. April 23rd, Sunday, we'll be recording at Imminent Liquidation with our good friend Fedge.
Yes.
Oh, I cannot
To
wait.
support the goats. So come on out. Great bottle share, great people, good fun, good pizza. April 29th, we'll be back on stage at Little Big Beer Fest.
Yes.
May 20th, we'll be back for the 3rd annual Schuylkill County Beer Fest. And June 24th, we'll be back at the 2nd annual Ephrata Beer Fest. So
Yeah.
all great opportunities to come and say hi.
Tis the season
For your
gearing
autographed
up for
high five.
the summer fest
You got
season
it.
is
Come buy a shirt.
coming in full swing. Yes, perfect time to buy and sport a Beer Busters t-shirt.
That's right.
You are correct, sir.
Yes.
Of course. Well, I feel like we should get on with the show. I have something I teased a few episodes ago, but we're going to get to that in a little bit because I have other things. First,
Stop teasing me.
I know. Well, it's what I do. It's how you
I don't
keep
want
people
to hold
listening.
it. Hashtag inside jokes.
I don't even think we were recording, so that's not
Hashtag
even an
on my
outtake.
list.
Oh, God. Okay, so everybody's familiar with Stone, correct? If you're not, I don't know why you're listening to this podcast, because Stone's one of the bigger craft breweries that's out there. But Stone Brewing is breaking new ground by becoming the first to try making beer using water that, quote, comes from the
A
toilet.
woman's vagina. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I was close.
Although it was almost a year ago when we were at Grain and Verse, which we will be again for imminent liquidation.
Yep.
Everything comes
My
full
first
circle.
time.
Yeah, oh, that's
Yeah, Steph
right.
wasn't there.
Oh, Steph. Well, on Thursday at the Stone Brewing location, Liberty Station in San Diego, Mayor Kevin Falconer was among the first to drink the Full Circle Pale Ale. Now, Stone Brewing Senior Manager of Brewing and Innovation, Steve Gonzalez, created the beer that uses recycled water, and it ended up being one of his favorites. He was skeptical at first to brew it with recycled water from the Pure Water San Diego program. Now, Gonzalez said, among the pale ales that I've made, it's probably the top 3. So after taking a drink, the mayor said it is delicious, and Gonzalez said those who drink the beer will get some caramel notes, some tropical fruit notes. It's very clean tasting
from
beer.
hops.
Some other notes.
Yes. Some of the event had reservations before trying it, but beer taster Shane Trussell said, I thought that it would have an off taste or be something different to it, but it's outstanding. And another drinker said, I love it. It's hoppy. It's delicious. For those who may be on the fence about the Full Circle Pale Ale, Gonzalez said, try it first. I suppose you won't be disappointed. Like, that's not
I
a very
suppose.
compelling statement.
Who wouldn't be on the fence?
I know.
I'd
It's
be
kinda
concerned
weird.
if you
Well,
weren't on
we
the
had
fence.
there was one a while ago that I brought up, and I forget who did it, but it was like a sludge beer made with wastewater, kind of
Yeah,
in the
I
same
remember
vein.
that, yeah.
But through, I guess, filtration and sanitizing.
Yeah, but it
everything.
doesn't
Lots
need
of
to be
science.
Lots
labeled
of
like
science and pure willpower.
Pure willpower, exactly. Yeah, so there you go. There's a Stone beer that's going to use toilet water, which is
Yummy.
fun. Another sort of connected story. So a couple episodes ago, I talked about a team of students who wanted to find a way to brew beer on the moon.
Exciting.
Well, not to be outdone, Budweiser had to jump in on this whole trend. So the maker behind 2 of America's best-selling beers has an idea that is truly out of this world.
Are they opening a brewery on the moon?
No, they're going a little further.
Oh, boy. They're opening a brewery on Mars.
Budweiser is looking for a way to develop a microgravity beer made to be brewed and drunk on Mars.
Jesus Christ, I was right. It was a joke.
I know. It should have stayed that way. The plan was unveiled during South by Southwest's annual Interactive Festival in Austin, Texas this week. According to Adweek, the brewer is exploring methods for how to deal with the microgravity environment on Mars in order to produce a brew that can be imbibed on the planet. When you're in a zero-gravity environment, a beverage with carbonation is going to be an issue, retired astronaut Clayton Anderson explained to the South by Southwest panel.
Right, and it's already so terrible that if it's flat, I mean, it's really not going to get any worse.
Exactly, yeah. Here's what I find interesting. So they had a retired astronaut, they had a couple Budweiser execs, and then it was hosted by an actress who was in The Martian. Which I get what they're going for, but there's more science involved than you think. Through our relentless focus on quality and innovation, Budweiser can today be enjoyed in every corner of the world, but we now believe it is time for the King of Beers to set its sight on its next destination.
Universe.
Budweiser VP Ricardo Marquez said in a press release announcing the plan. When the dream of colonizing Mars became a reality, Budweiser will be there to toast the next great step for mankind. Sipping beer in space isn't just resigned to Mars. In January, a group of students from University of California revealed their plans to brew the beer among the stars. But, of course, Budweiser has to go all out.
So they're talking about, because the beer on the moon thing that we had talked about before,
It was
fermenting in space, not necessarily brewing.
Right, it was
in space,
compartmentalized, and then they all mixed and fermented while they
It's
were...
like a little magic pack. You just break it and...
Pretty much, yeah. But they, from the looks of it, want to actually brew beer on Mars, and they want to find a way to deal with zero-G, which, like, there's going to be a lot of cool science behind it, but...
Let's get to Mars first. I mean,
Yeah.
is that like
Exactly.
maybe
Putting the
step
cart
one?
before the
Let's get
horse.
on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like there was a story a while ago about a beer that was developed to be drunk in space, and it was the same thing, where like a carbonated drink in microgravity can create some gastrointestinal distress. And I don't remember the company or like what the name of the beer was or anything, but there was some sort of like space beer type thing that somebody did a while ago.
Yeah.
Space ice cream's good. I mean,
There you go.
we've all had those. I mean, they're
Yeah.
good.
Freeze-dried beer. There you go.
Well, there was space has been something that, I mean, I've always liked it since I was a kid. Now that I like beer, I mean, why not mix the two?
It is the final
It
frontier.
is indeed the final frontier. But I just feel like there's other things to tackle first. It's like you said, get to Mars first. Get a human on the
These are
planet
the breweries of the...
first. Oh, my God.
Yes, we're on to something.
Boldly drink where no man has drunk before.
You could do marketing for Budweiser.
Well,
I'm sure it pays very well.
it probably
Exactly.
does.
Probably pays very well.
More than likely.
Good benefits, vacation time,
Yeah.
pet insurance.
Really?
You just have to sell your soul.
And get a pet.
That's a deal breaker.
I know,
for her.
right?
Needs to have pet insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was who was it? Was given puppy time when you get a new puppy, you get time off. Was it Brewdogs?
I
Puppy
think it was
leave.
Brewdogs.
Yeah, you get puppy leave when you get a new puppy. Which I mean, you have to bond with the pet and all, but like
I think it was a week, right?
I think so.
Week or two?
Yeah,
I think we're getting a little liberal with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a guy I work with just got a puppy, and he took a week off of work to actually form a bond and make sure the dog knew who was king of the castle and the alpha dog in the house and everything. But like, you don't need. That's your own choice.
Paid leave is probably pushing it a little
Yeah.
bit.
What if I want to get
yeah.
a cat instead? Do I get cat leave? I mean, I have a cat. I could have used a week off with Moo.
Yeah.
Nah, they're too self-sufficient.
Yeah,
Cats
exactly.
are very independent. They don't care. Like,
They
you
are.
don't-
They want
whatever.
you to go to work.
That's true.
They just don't
You
care.
you are a food dispensing machine.
Yes. Well, teased it earlier. Mentioned it a couple episodes ago.
Are you ready?
It's finally out. I tried to kick lists from my news stories, but this one I got to do every
love
year.
'em.
Everybody loves good lists.
That's true. A good list.
And this is the best list.
This is the best list because it's the 50 top U.S. craft brewers of 2016. Couple of shakeups, which I find interesting. Now, was it last year before, they changed the definition of what craft beer was, so Yuengling was included. So Yuengling is number one. Again, they are top dog. Boston Beer Company, of course, right behind them. Sierra Nevada is number 3. New Belgium was number 4. What I find very interesting, though, overall, considering we have a Pennsylvania-centric episode tonight, 2 breweries from Pennsylvania.
on the top 50.
That is it, in the top 50.
Yeah.
Yuengling, and then Artisanal Brewing Ventures, which, of course, is what Victory is part
which
of.
is not
that.
technically all
It's-
PA.
It's not, which
No,
they actually have.
no.
They have Downingtown, PA / Lakewood, New York on there.
What is going on, Pennsylvania?
I have no idea. Oh, I no, there's Trogs. I missed Trogs earlier.
was
That got
gonna
me
say.
worried on the way here. When
What number-
we were
what
talking
number is
about
Trogs?
Trogs is 38. That's right about where they were last year.
Does it tell you what each one was last year as well?
No, and I could have thought ahead and had last year's pulled up in the meantime, but I didn't.
Oh,
You know,
it's so
this is-
hard to
This is
Google
Beer
it.
Busters. We don't think ahead.
That's true. That's true. I mean, there's various names that we would all assume are going to be on here. Dogfish Head's at number 14, which Artisanal, now that they are the two forces combined, is one spot ahead of Dogfish.
So we've got Yuengling, Boston Beer, Sierra Nevada,
Yep.
New Belgium.
Yep. Gambrinus was number 5. Duvel was 6. Bell's was 7. Deschutes was 8.
Okay.
Stone Brewing was number 9 with their toilet water.
Right.
And Oscar Blues came in at number 10. Brooklyn was number 11. Should we go through the whole thing? I don't
No.
feel like reading
That's a
50
lot to go
breweries.
through.
It is.
And if you want to read more, click on the link at beerbusterspodcast.com.
Yes, you can go to beerbusterspodcast.com. So there's some other ones that are, notable along the way. 21st Amendment was number 31. I want 21st Amendment to be 21 just to make it easier on my brain. Revolution was in there. 6 Point Left Hand Brewing was number 44. The 50th, so just squeaking in, BJ's Brewery in Huntington Beach, California. Whoa.
Just saying, technically,
wow.
their beer is terrible. Technically,
tell us how
Steph
you
doesn't
really
like
feel.
BJ's. Is this what we're saying?
Look, I don't want to
always
hold it.
dicks and vaginas.
Can you clarify?
Technically, Boston Beer Company should have PA
Answer the question.
because more of their beer
That's
is
true.
brewed here than in Massachusetts.
That's true. It's
Ooh,
not,
that
so
is.
it's sort
it's
of
not like their home turf,
but
yeah.
does
Just
it go
saying.
off of where it's brewed or
Just
where it's
saying.
headquartered?
Where it's headquarters are.
Because it's definitely headquartered.
Right. And this list is based on sales volume.
Okay.
Sales volume overall, yeah.
All right. Okay.
And of course, to be considered craft, you have to have less than 6 million barrels in production. You have to be, oh God, what were the other requirements?
But you can use corn.
You can use
I was gonna
corn,
say, that
which is
doesn't
why
matter anymore.
Yuengling is now
Yeah.
part of it. I think it was independently owned and operated. And what was the other
There's
one?
a certain amount of percentage that you own.
Of
Like,
pretentiousness,
Right.
like 12% pretentious. at
that's
least.
one of the requirements.
and there has to be a certain length of beard
Yes, yes.
That's
And-
true.
and percentage of cargo shorts.
a lot of
Beards.
flannel. A lot of flannel.
Flannel flannel going on.
too, so.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, the small, independent, and traditional, which is kind of weird considering they now have corn.
Those aren't very like objective
Kind of vague terms.
criteria.
Less than
yeah.
25% of the craft brewery is owned or controlled by an alcohol industry member that is not itself a craft brewer. That's like the legalese behind it.
It's a lot of work.
Can it even be legalese? Like this isn't. It's not a legal
No
thing.
No,
it's just like a bragging rights title.
It's just
I'd like to see a
list.
popularity list.
Well, yeah.
by
Yeah,
just
it's
the-
called Beer Advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many people use that
Been there, done
anymore.
that.
So
Read beer. Untapped.
Untapped.
Untapped
Yeah.
is the big one. So
They did also release.
Untapped is like a sloppy democracy.
Oh God! Don't even. No. The problem is everyone has a voice on there.
Yeah.
It's a little wild on there.
Yeah.
The Wild West.
My problem is if you rate a beer a low rating on Untapped and you just don't like the style, you have no business rating that. Quarter of a star. I don't like sours. Don't fucking rate the sours. Then.
Agreed.
No.
Don't check in a sour.
Yeah. Although
While you're drinking it.
we talked about before about not rating the beers.
I will not rate them.
I had to rate one the other day because it was so fucking awful.
I thought you were going to say so good.
Oh.
Wow.
You're gonna kill me.
So fucking good.
Was it from BJ's?
No. It was the Grape Ape.
What?
Really?
I hated it.
Wow.
I
this
could
is,
not.
This is a throwdown. Steph loves that.
Wait a fucking minute. Exactly.
I couldn't stand it. It tasted like expired Dimetap.
And what's wrong with that?
Everything.
Dimetap is
What is
amazing.
right with that?
I still get Dimetap as an adult. It's delicious.
Well, I mean, because
She ages
It's
Dimetap.
delicious. And alcohol, no, it's not alcoholic because it's for kids. Alcoholic Dimetap. Grape Ape.
it was so bad. We
Oh my
couldn't
God.
finish it. We couldn't
Oh my God.
between me
Oh
and
my
Jess.
God.
We couldn't
Oh
finish
my
the
God.
bottle.
Oh my God.
I think Little Wayne drinks it. It's called Scissorp.
There you go.
I can't even believe
That's-
this right
that's
now. Did I
alcoholic
see you
Dimetap.
check that? I clearly did not see you check it in.
You
or
didn't.
would've-
I kept checking
I would've
afterwards
kicked
to
your
see
ass.
if you commented
I
on it.
can't even believe it.
It was bad.
I haven't had it.
It was
Stop.
so bad.
Stop talking.
I would be the
Stop
tiebreaker if
talking.
I had had it.
Well,
You didn't have it?
No, I haven't had it.
It doesn't matter. It's the best. So
It's
whatever.
so bad. It's so bad.
Whatever.
What if you like it? Cool. If not, then you're with me and you're saying
It's the
like
bees.
It's so bad. But if you
Or-
like it, cool. I'm going to rate it a quarter star.
The apes'
because it was
testicles.
bad.
You broke your own rule, though.
I know.
did.
Because it was bad. I like the style. Well, I don't
It
like
was not
Dimetap.
bad. It was good.
Is
You don't
the
like the
style,
style?
Is the style Dimetap?
No, the style is donuts.
Exactly.
I like
Have
donuts.
you ever had the donut?
No.
It tastes exactly like the fucking donut.
Then I
They
don't
did-
want the donut.
It's what is advertised. Then don't buy the fucking beer.
What's a
wanted to
donut?
try it.
Yeah. She from
That beer
Jersey?
sucks, don't it?
She a Jersey girl?
Whatever.
Berks County's close enough.
Wash it down with some water.
Water.
I said Wooder by accident the other day, just without thinking, and afterwards I cringed. Yeah. Well, anyway, now that we've had an argument about Grape Ape and how terrible
I
it is,
can't even fucking
it's so
believe
bad.
you.
It's so bad.
I wish I had a bottle here right now.
Anybody want to go to Mary's? Get one?
Holy shit!
jeez.
Rich literally just texted me. Mary's has wicked weed. I need to go now.
There might be a second
Oh,
reason.
boy.
Well,
No, he has a job to do tonight. Let's go.
okay.
Move this on.
Wow, Jesus.
I'm
Okay.
so mad.
Well, whatever. Now that I pissed off Steph. So we mentioned earlier, guys are here from Breweries in PA. Thank you. So I mean to ask this earlier, and I wanted to ask before we were recording because I want to make sure I introduced it right. Do you say it Breweries of PA or Breweries of Pennsylvania? Breweries in Pennsylvania. Sorry.
We say neither of those first ones.
breweries in PA or Breweries in Pennsylvania? Is it the abbreviation or the whole word?
I never expand it. I always call it either Breweries in PA or BIPA when we're talking to each
BIPA.
other.
BIPA.
I like that.
Yeah.
PA is just easier to say.
It's easier.
We
Yeah.
all call it
so much
PA.
shorter.
Yeah.
Is there
Unless you don't
anyone
wanna
that
type
lives in
out the whole
Pennsylvania
word.
that says they live in Pennsylvania?
If I'm on the other side of the country.
I go Pensy sometimes when I'm in Jersey.
What?
Yeah.
That's right.
Going
you're
to
Jesse.
Pensy.
He's originally from Jersey. I think we should
yeah.
note that.
Yeah.
For the record.
For the record, yes.
He's a little weird.
Don't cut that part.
No, don't worry. That's staying in. So when did you guys start BIPA? I'll go with BIPA.
About a year ago, right? Last
Almost
March.
exactly a year ago now.
Yeah, we're coming up on our anniversary here.
Hey, well, happy
So
anniversary.
we're celebrating with you.
Hey! We're honored.
Cheers to that.
We're honored. What was the impetus behind it? Why did you guys want to start?
Okay, so here's the story.
I love a story.
Of a man named Brady.
Exactly.
and all about how.
I'm not actually myself much of a beer guy growing up. Was not a big drinker of any kind. You know, we all had our college days where I drank a lot of cheap vodka. But after that, not a big beer guy. Moved to Pennsylvania, got into the scene, wind up working with Matt, and we're actually trying to figure out, we kind of want to start something, some sort of business. What do we feel like is popular in the state that we're interested in, that we can do? We're like, beer. Beer is dope. Beer's dope in
Beer is
Pennsylvania. Matt likes beer a lot. He was a little bit deeper into the scene than I was.
Matt also likes Instagram, by the way.
I do. I'm on
He's
live.
all
right
over
now.
Instagram Live right now.
We figured we were going to try it out. So
Like,
We initially sought out as we wanted to be kind of a database, is what we thought. We can kind of be some sort of website where people can look up all the various all the various breweries in the state, and they could kind of figure out where to go, use it as like a travel destination type thing. But we quickly found neither of us has any web experience. We're like, oh, wow, who knew making a website was so damn difficult?
There's a lot of Google.
Exactly.
YouTube.
Exactly. So it quickly morphed into let's just start highlighting breweries within the state because there's a lot. We quickly started doing research. We put the number in like a little over 200 last year. Right now we've got it at like 250 or something like that. And we're like, okay, let's highlight them. Let's do something like that. And it kind of grew from there. Started off as an Instagram page. We like bought a domain name, and then we've just been running with it since then. It's been evolving from there.
So you've kind of morphed into like just like a I don't want to say a beer blog. That sounds boring, but you know what I mean.
I know everyone hates that term.
Right?
We try to
I'm
be
a
like
beer
the information
blogger.
source. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
So
right.
if you like beer, but you might not know about a lot of breweries, even by you or, you know, maybe within an hour of you, you know, you can go on our page, try to find either some of the reviews or some of the brewery, you know, write-ups that we've done and, you know, hopefully just kind of trying to spread the word.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and I know I was looking at the website a little bit earlier, and you guys have like a guide to Philadelphia, a guide to Pittsburgh, where you highlight certain
Did some
breweries.
lists. We know you
So-
like lists.
Yeah, the internet loves lists.
So we did some some IPA lists. We did some what was the other one we did?
We did, I think,
Stout
a quads
one
list, a stouts list,
for the
some winter
winter.
warmers, stuff like that.
Just kind of things to look for if you're in your local bottle shop and you don't know what to get or
So are these lists that you guys just come up with, or
pretty much, yeah.
all in your
Well,
lists?
sometimes we crowdsource them, so we'll ask people for their input and
Yeah,
all
we did
across
like a
social
favorite
media, so-
beers of 2016. We asked people online, see what they thought, and kind of formulate our list off of that. But a lot of them are just kind of like, well, what comes to our mind now that we've had a bunch of beer within the state, and what do we feel like is both good beer and people that just like seem to be doing the right thing that kind of deserve to be highlighted. That's something I quickly found out is some of these smaller breweries, they don't have a staff of 20 people working. They have a staff of like 5 people working.
Yeah.
So
and 3 of them have other full-time jobs as well.
yeah, if not all 5 to
Yeah,
begin with.
exactly.
So they don't have time to market, and they don't have time to spend all day on social media, and it
Well, most
winds
of
up
the time
being a
it's the
shame.
brewer. I mean, it's the brewer that's brewing. When
Exactly.
he gets done, you know, obviously he's got his phone in front of him and he's trying to either answer emails or phone calls or whatever. So,
And if it's
nobody really
one
promoting
thing
it.
that we've learned doing this podcast is that brewers are not good at social media.
Well, yeah.
They're also
like-
not good
we
at
got that.
responding at
It's
emails.
inversely proportional to
Preach.
how good you are at making
Preach
beer.
on that one.
Yeah.
So you had the idea of starting up. Then you had the beer in the state. But going back to like the grassroots of it, who was the first brewery that you guys worked with?
It's got to be probably is it Tower Hill?
yeah, Stan from Tower Hill.
Yeah, that's like our OG. Actually, it was 2 people. So we got very close with Tower Hill Brewery out of. Someone's got good news.
I was
go
working
for
on
it.
this
Expand.
before we recorded. I created a location for Beerbusters Global Headquarters. For
Oh,
Check It Out on
look
Tap.
at you.
Oh,
So I was trying to do it before we started. Then you asked about it. I was like, well, now I need to do it. I need to finish it.
It's all good.
It's all good.
I thought
So-
you were
so-
sending me your Green Babe check-in.
No.
That'd be a little obnoxious.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past it, though. I
What
love
was
you,
the
Dan.
second
I'd approve of
place?
that. So anyway, we started off with Tower Hill Brewery out of Chalfont, PA. We had a conversation with Stan Kreff, the owner, and we just did like a little interview. And then the second one we almost immediately worked with also was Luke Bowen of Evil
Ah.
Genius.
Yep.
Nice.
We know those guys very, very well.
Very cool guys.
Absolutely.
And we've been waiting to get down to the Fishtown location
beautiful.
since it opened.
That's
Haven't
So
been there
beautiful.
yet.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we
I
can't
know.
wait to get there. We're
Shameful.
thinking next week, so
You
Cool.
should come May 6th.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, we're going to record that day. There.
May 6th.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
This will
are-
be like their 15th time.
Will we get a formal invite via email?
Oh.
Are you
or-
friends with us on Facebook?
I don't know. But
Oh, that's right.
You
We
email
don't
us
have
a lot,
the friend
so.
page anymore.
No.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
is gone. Kiboshed.
Thank God.
Or will be
Thank
by the
God.
time this airs.
Better. You said March 1st,
I
and it's
keep
now March
forgetting to
24th.
delete.
Oh, well.
Anyway. But speaking of, so you guys are really active on social media channels as far as like, you know, pushing
Super active, we
breweries.
try to
Yeah,
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I like the idea of like, you know, a lot of beer bloggers it's like all about this is my opinion. This is what good beer. And you guys are more about, no, this is what's out there. This is what you should look for. I like the sort of informational as opposed to like opinion op-ed approach.
Our view is that, you know, just because you don't like a beer doesn't mean I won't like it. So,
Except for Grape Ape.
except for
Yes.
there's the
They
exception.
learn quickly.
So we're just trying to give you all the facts, kind of tell you what's in it, what kind of flavors you can expect, and then your job is to go out and try it. If you like it, that's good. If you don't like it, then move on to the next one.
Yeah,
And-
there'll be something else that you do like.
I mean, there's tons of different styles. There's tons of different. I mean, how many different brewers are in the state? I mean, it's crazy. So,
A lot.
I mean, you have thousands and tens of thousands of beers to try. So, yeah, I think that it was just pretty, all your opinion based, and that's
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both millennials. I think we're all
Fucking
millennials here,
millennials.
right? Like, let's be blunt, they're assholes.
Yeah.
And they love voicing their opinions on the internet,
That is so true.
especially about craft beer.
especially about craft beer.
Especially about Grape Ape.
We got torn
Well,
apart on Reddit.
That's justified.
Oh,
right
geez.
away.
We did get torn apart on Reddit.
Reddit's a whole different beast in and of itself.
We quickly were like, wow.
This is not where we
So-
need to be.
Yeah. So go ahead. Sorry.
But the main thing was just like, it's real easy to say, this beer sucks, this is a drain pour, this is terrible. It's also real easy to just say, I love it. Exactly. Like,
Not everything's going to be a juicy IPA that everybody wants to drink, right? So
That's a good thing.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm
Oh, no,
saying
I know.
it's-
I have a problem with people like, just give me your IPA. I'm like, no,
But
try
that's-
something else.
But that's all they want to see from us. They just want to see juicy IPA pictures. And it's
they
like,
don't get it, man.
kids these days.
I enjoy them, but like, let's try a Kolsch. Let's try a
Yeah.
lager. Let's.
Why you went Kolsch?
I went Kolsch right away.
Speaking of lagers,
Oh boy.
Wait, what about lagers?
can we like intersect the tasting segment with the interview segment? Because I kind of want to.
We probably should because we have like 19 beers.
Yeah, feels
What do you
like
wanna
That's
go
what I'm
with?
thinking.
Yeah.
You got one?
She's got something
Okay.
in mind, so something's getting cracked.
I got
Something's
some.
getting cracked.
I got some Wicked Filthy,
Nice.
and I'm so
Hey!
fucking excited
Get
about it.
filthy.
So fucking excited.
Well, while we're cracking those open, so is it just you two guys right now in the operation?
Just us.
It's just us, yeah. We have a couple people. We have a couple guest writers that are nice enough to write for us and kind of provide us some reviews. But yeah, we're pretty much it.
And have you guys plan on or have you offered promotional and marketing services to breweries? Or are you more of just your own independent kind of promoting what you guys think is worth putting out there?
Yeah, so this has kind of been part to our grassroots tale, right? So we started off, we're like, okay, what do we do? How does this all work? Let's try to sell T-shirts. That went over like a lead balloon.
Oh yeah.
Not a good game.
Yeah, not as easy as it looks sometimes.
No.
So we're like, okay, let's try to move. Thank you very much. Let's try to move on to something else. Let's try to do some marketing. And what we quickly found with that is it's hard to ask someone to pay for something that is free.
Yes.
And that is what we found out with social media.
Yeah.
Is we believe in it. We believe it's a great marketing source. People don't want to look at newspapers anymore. But it's free to sign up to Facebook, and it's very hard to tell somebody, hey, pay us to run your Facebook.
Yeah.
Right. Although I do feel and I mean, every industry is different, but I do feel like a lot of industries in general, not just beer, have come around to the idea that it's a channel that's worth putting money into, and that there is a skill set involved, and it's worth having somebody who knows what they're doing.
A lot of these startup breweries, though, that just started, I mean, they don't want to pay for it right
Yeah,
away.
well, and they
So
have
it's
a
hard.
million other things to worry about as well. So it's probably not top.
Well,
of the
that's what it is.
priority
It's like
list,
we
yeah.
need to get food first before we do that.
Yeah.
Got to replace the whole floor before I can even open my brewery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So other than we kind of moved on from that, and now we're actually, and this is kind of like a thing I guess we're quasi-announcing, is we're going to be forming a membership club.
Oh, cool.
We'll be launching that in April sometime. And what we're doing is we're getting a bunch of breweries on board right now, and we're going to be offering discounts to people that are a part of the membership club, and it's kind of thinking of it as like a statewide mug club is how we're going to be running it.
Things like 10% off your bill, $1 off any beer your choice. Another brewery's offering a free beer if you show your card.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
To cover, discount on a flight or something like that. It could be anything, merchandise. But we found that, if you look at, if you're going to look at our list, you might visit a brewery you've never been to before. So
Yeah.
it's kind of promotion for them, and it's kind of just getting everybody together and, organizing it. So
That's
Yeah,
pretty
making
cool.
a community, exactly.
What do you expect a membership to cost?
Right now, we're looking at $25 for a year.
What?
That is.
Yes.
and if you go enough places, you'll make it back in probably a month or two.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool.
and then eventual plans are to add some craft beer bars and possibly bottle shops. So
Very
Exactly.
cool.
Very nice, very nice. Well, along those lines, I know I see in the notes that Glenn, that you are now sort of doing this full time. Like this is
Yes,
you
sir.
kind of sunk your heart into this.
It's glorious.
Yes, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. And not to get too dry, but like as far as like the future plan of monetizing this and making this something profitable, I mean, you have the sort of mug club thing going. Do you have any other ideas? Because like you said, posting stuff on Facebook, it's free. Like you're just kind of putting content out there.
Well, we do some ad work right now
Right.
on the website. It's very minimal, and it's kind of just as a way that we can highlight people we believe in,
Right.
and that also kind of believe in us and what we're doing. But the baby right now is this mug club.
Right.
That's what all of our time is going into. We're developing an app associated with it.
Oh, nice.
We're going full bore on this thing because we believe in what it means as a community within the state and kind of giving people an excuse to plan a weekend trip to a brewery they never went before. So that's kind of my thing right now, and I'm spending all my time doing that because I believe that there won't necessarily need to be another thing if this goes off as it should.
Right, and that'll sort of be the central focus.
The
So I
state
have-
is large enough if we get enough places.
That's true.
There are enough
when we
places.
get enough places.
I have to ask that. So the breweries are providing these kickbacks for the people that would have the memberships in exchange simply for promotion.
Correct.
So I've already forgotten what beer we have.
Oh yeah, I guess I should actually. This is
Yeah.
the so we're drinking Pennsylvania beer. So this is half Pennsylvania, Soul Artisan Ales and Jack's Abbey Brewing out of
That
Framingham,
counts.
Massachusetts. Wicked filthy.
You don't
It's
remember
a
pouring
hoppy
it?
IPL.
I remember pouring it. I just didn't remember looking at the can.
It's uber delicious.
It is quite good.
It's really interesting. Like it doesn't taste like I've had the only other IPL other than like Jack's Abbey that I've had, I think, is the Yingling. Came out with an IPL like a year or so ago,
Yeah, I've had that.
which isn't bad, but it's like a generic,
Yeah.
like a macro IPA. But this has like a really interesting, like it's not just like an IPA that is also a lager. Like it's got its own unique sort
That's
of character.
What I like about it is it doesn't linger around too much with the bitterness.
It's creamy enough that it's, it doesn't, it's not a hot bite.
Yeah,
It doesn't really bite you.
it's there, but it goes away. Like you get just enough of it, and then it's gone.
Just
You get enough of the floral hops. I didn't even look into what was in this, but it's definitely...
Get in your
if I
mic,
could
son.
use your word,
Get in your mic, son. Smooth.
rookie over here.
It's very smooth.
So this was Soul and Jack's Abbey, right?
yep.
Soul and Jack's Abbey.
So we're kind of playing a game with the tasting segment tonight. We're the Beer Busters are pulling out a beer, and then the BIPA guys
The Bippas.
are picking out a beer. So what do you got?
All right.
What do you want to lead with, Kozar?
Oh, boy. We got some growlers of Stickman before we came over here.
So can
We
you
got
guys
a cheer from the crowd, by the way.
Can you guys give us any, or is this like, top secret information, any breweries that have kind of gotten on board for
No.
this club? Okay.
No. Yeah, of course we can.
Can you just show them the app?
So we officially have, I'll give you the ones that have officially signed on.
Okay.
We have Vault is going to be a part of it.
Nice.
Doylestown Brewing is going to be a part of it.
Okay.
La Cabra is going to be a part of it.
Hey,
Tower Hill.
Oh, yeah, Tower Hill Brewery,
course.
of course.
OG.
And Sly Fox.
Sly Fox.
Oh, nice.
So we're breaking out a Stickman.
Yep, we're breaking out Stickman. What's the name of it, Glenn?
This is Laszlo. It's a Brett Pale Ale.
What's the percentage on that?
I want to say 6.8. And 6.8.
did we have Laszlo when we were there?
You pop this, Kozar.
I don't quite remember. I think we did, and
I know I've had it before. I don't know if it was when we recorded there.
if it's what I'm thinking of, it's a phenomenal beer. I mean, everything Ethan is kicking out is great.
Look at the comment last time we checked it in.
Ethan, stop looking at Untapped.
The last time we went, we had their quad, which was amazing.
Yeah, he's-
Mad Skrilla, I think it's called. So.
Yeah, he's doing
Yeah.
some really awesome stuff there.
There you go.
That's a really cool spot.
Well, and he's doing open fermentation, right?
Yeah,
For-
well, he
I
was,
think so.
yeah. And his whole thing, like when we first talked to him, we had him on, we were at Free Will, and he was there, and I don't think they were open yet at the time. And he talked about doing like an American farmhouse style of brewing, which I thought was a really cool approach. And great guy, cool spot.
I don't get a lot of Brett in the aroma.
No, it's got.
I'd say a touch. A bit, but not much.
It's
Hair
got a
Dutch?
funk. It's got a hair funk.
Did you just say a hair Dutch?
Hair touch, maybe? I don't know.
It's got a hair of Dutch.
A little bit. A little bit on this.
I want to get Jen's
aroma.
take on this beer. She's like, "Where is the growler?
Oh, here.
Give me the damn
pass
growler."
it. Sorry about that.
Pass it to the audience.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here, I got you.
Thank you. Helps to take the lid
I
off.
should open it first.
Nah.
I'm a lightweight.
Oh, challenge accepted. Let's see who's lighter weight.
Oh, jeez.
Who will get drunk first, Glenn or Steph?
Well, Glenn drove this time, so
Oh, we did ask that question
Let's
before.
hope not.
Oh, which reminds me of something I wanted to bring up because you mentioned the creepy questions. Not talking about creepy questions from people, but have you guys found like a huge sort of amount of feedback and support just from people on social media? I mean, that's really sort of a place to open up conversation. So have you guys found like a lot of traction out there?
It's amazing how people are just willing to say what they think right away without even having a filter. So,
Especially on Reddit.
especially on Reddit. So aside from the spam comments that just attack our website, the comments on Instagram are just all over the map.
Really?
I mean, depending on who made the beer, you'll get a slew of things. People putting it down, people saying they love it. I mean, people arguing. So it's
Kind of fun to see that type of thing, though, because sometimes we ask like a question, what's your kind of favorite beer from this place? What have you had first? And there's usually overwhelming positivity, and it's kind of fun to get to see like that sort of interaction with people and what they're into. Anytime we do a list, it's always fun. To say, who'd you leave off? How dare you leave them off? And it's like, okay,
Back to the lists.
Yes, lists are very controversial, but
One of the
clicks.
defining
exactly,
features
clickbait.
of a list is that it's finite. And so there can only be so many things on it. I don't think
We're
people
gonna do a
understand
pie
that.
list, and it's just gonna keep going
There you
on
go.
forever.
This is an irrational list. It doesn't terminate or repeat.
Nice.
So it's always
Well
fun
played.
to see who we left off, and people get a little mad, or they don't realize where they are located in PA, and we're like, all right, well, they weren't in that region, so
Oh, right.
they'll be in the next list.
But you see, like in that vein, like there's a certain amount of like, I guess like consumer education that you guys are doing, saying like not only making people aware of breweries that are out there, but giving them sort of information that they may not have had.
Yep.
About certain beers.
Well,
and
we get a
brews.
lot of those questions too, where it's like, "Hey, man, I live in X and I'm driving to Y. Like,
Right.
what should I try out? What's the brewery I need to go to? I'm taking a weekend trip or something like that."
We just got
And-
one the other
and
day
that's
that was,
cool.
I didn't know this brewery was 10 minutes from my house. So it's like,
It's fun when you see that.
if you don't do you don't search and you just follow us, then I guess that happens. So
And this is ultimately what we're trying to do: is highlight those places that don't maybe have the big marketing. That a big thing is, and this is, I think, a misconception maybe among some casual beer drinkers, is that every brewery doesn't bottle and can.
Yeah.
Like, some people think like every brewery is big enough that they can support bottling canning. So if they don't see your bottles and cans on the shelf, you must either be terrible or not exist. Mm-hmm. And it's like, listen, most breweries are not like that. And that's what we get to do, is say, hey, look, here's why these guys are awesome. And you guys also do this, by the way. Like, don't sell yourself short on essentially doing almost what we do as well, because you provide those peeks inside and you humanize the breweries, which is, I think it's great what you guys do.
I'm going to steal
That's
that.
a good way to put
I
it.
like
the
that.
face behind the
Beer
brewery.
busters. We humanize.
Humanize the breweries. I love it.
Beer name?
That's why these guys are in the marketing industry.
Humanize.
Right?
Human beer.
That's
Human
pretty awesome.
beer.
It's interesting though that you mentioned that, because I feel like the circles that we travel in and the places we find ourselves, we are talking to people in the industry or drinkers who are very educated, who are really into beer. Who know, and just the fact that like when you just said that, like, people don't realize that not every brewery cans and bottles, like, I'm thinking, well, obviously, like, most startup breweries don't. Like, that's not something you do right off the
Yeah,
bat.
that's not in the budget right away.
Yeah, and it never occurred to me that that's not like a common, like, it's common misconception that people would think that, oh, it's a brewery, I must be able to buy their bottle.
Well,
in the bottle
and you
shop.
just see the name, right? Stickman. All right.
Right.
Well, nobody knows who Ethan is, so
Yeah.
Right.
You guys show who Ethan is.
Oh, we know.
Clearly you know Ethan.
for better or worse.
Just give that man some Oreos. So speaking of Stickman, I take your Stickman and I raise you a South County. We're passing around Cosmic Nod.
Just occurred to me, it's been a while since I've had a South County beer.
I think me too, yeah.
I'm a little ashamed of that.
Their interval series where they highlight different hops and the different beers are really good. What did we have last time?
I think it's also based off of Cosmic Nod, right?
Is it?
I think that's the base
Oh.
beer, and then they're flipping out the
Oh,
different.
this is
really-
the first time I've ever had this
good.
beer.
Really?
It's fucking good.
It is really good.
This is one of the best beers they make. Yeah.
It's really good.
It's got a taste at the end that reminds me of some sort of candy, and I can't think of what.
You know what? Yeah.
It's
I kinda get it, but I
there's
can't
a
think of it either.
familiar taste there. Yeah, it's really nice.
It's really grapefruity.
He's doing some good things in South County.
Yeah,
Good
JR
thing.
is
He's great, yeah.
amazing.
It's going to drive me crazy. What is this candy?
Yeah, it has something at the end that reminds me of like a particular.
Is it like a hard candy?
We can ask him afterwards. Maybe
We can
Maybe
give him a ring.
he brews with some
Yo, Mr.
candy.
Heaps, what's up? What's up with your candy beer?
Well, we were just at a brewery 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Actually, we were just at yesterday too.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Bon.
Oh, okay.
He
Bon
brewed with
Place.
Peeps.
He did brew with Peeps.
Have you guys been to Bon yet?
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of that.
I had what was the mint beer? What was the mint beer? Who was
Mint-
I there with? Was
oh,
I at Bond with you guys or you guys? What was the mint beer we had? The mint beer, though, that we had at Bond Place.
Let the audio record show
Chocolate.
that Steph has turned to the audience of patrons and is asking which one of them.
We're not
she
being
was
mean
at
and
Bon
not
Place
responding to it.
Whatever it was.
For those
It was
who can't
on
see what's
Nitro.
going on.
It was chocolate and mint and something else, and it was amazing.
I remember you
Sounds
talking
fun.
and it
about
was
that
a
before,
very,
yeah.
very pale colored beer.
Yeah.
It wasn't like...
So he just made one with Peeps. So he bought a ton of Peeps
Oh, I hate
and just threw them right in. And
Oh,
He's
got
videos,
videos,
sugar, man.
He's got videos of him just crushing Peeps, just eating them.
I mean, that's
crazy.
all it really is. It's just sugar. Yeah,
And
you're right.
If you've ever met Sam from Bond Place, he's just
He's a
fun-
character. He's a dope
He's
dude.
a great dude.
There's a little peach. In
Yeah, it
this.
says you'll get notes of candied peach,
Yeah.
guava,
Well,
gum, and
I get-
mild
Maybe
I
it's
get
like
the guava.
the gummy peach rings.
Gum.
Some kind something like that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get
know what
gum
you're
in the
talking about.
aroma. Like those bubble yum gums.
It's kind of
That's
refreshing.
what it smells like.
Or what was the gum that had the zebra on the
Zebra
package?
stripe.
White stripe.
White stripe.
White zebra stripe.
Fruit stripe.
Fruit stripe.
Fruit
stripe.
stripe.
I was gonna say White Stripe. That would be a band.
That was a team effort. That was a team effort.
Go team.
Red stripe. No, that's a beer.
We got there. It's all that matters.
What the hell did we just drink? I don't even remember.
Well, we
Cosmic
just
Knot.
finished Cosmic
The-
Knot
the
from
South
South
County.
County, and now we're moving on to some Coffee John from NCPC,
Coffee
Oh
aka
my
Coffee
God.
John.
Neshaminy Creek Brewing Company.
Which we were at Neshaminy Creek. Was that beginning of this year? Was that the end of last year? Sometime
All
in
I
the
know
winter-ish.
is he talked a lot.
He did, and actually the band, the Menzingers, their drummer is the bar back there. I'm going to see them next week, and actually Wayne is going with me now that I have the extra ticket.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we picked up some of the beers. I guess they helped them brew. Is that
Yeah, they brew the beers.
situation?
I didn't get to have any of the Menzinger beer, which I'm kind of upset about.
okay? You should have told me that because I have a bottle in my fridge that I didn't bring.
Oh,
so-
go home and get it.
It's an excuse to get.
We'll be back in an hour and a half.
We'll be back.
Oh, I love the aroma on
Works
this
for
beer
me.
so
Right.
much.
So
good?
coffee.
Oh,
it is
so
very. Yeah,
coffee.
it is very coffee.
But once you taste it, you'll notice how, again, balanced it is.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's not overpowering with the coffee, so it's, I've had some stouts or other different coffee beers where they're just too coffee.
The other thing is it's kind of a mind fuck when you look at a beer that looks like this and get the coffee flavor out of it.
It's light. I mean, it's a light mouthfeel. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's a good take on John.
Mouthfeel.
No mouthfeel, but it's a good take on John. I mean, has everybody had John here?
Yeah, absolutely.
And how good
Absolutely.
is that beer?
Yeah.
So.
And it's interesting, and I think it's because of what we've been drinking previous to this that having it this time, there's like a sweetness in there that I don't remember getting
It's
before.
the sugar.
like a slight candy
Give me sugar.
sweetness. Oh my God, Steph is just like slammed a freaking crowler on the table.
Well,
Oh,
I
good
figure
Lord.
we do one more and then play the game.
Oh, she's
so
got
we want-
evil. She's got some evil smoosh too.
I told you I did.
I didn't know
do
that.
you read emails?
Kozo's a bad listener. I saw it.
I didn't read that.
Hey guys, this,
I knew I
There were
liked
so
Glenn
many
better.
emails. We get so many
this
emails.
this episode has devolved
Us lightweights, we stick
at
together.
like a record pace.
It's
have
amazing.
Never gotten to this sort of shenanigans.
Well, it's
this
because
quickly
we're
before.
rapid fire drinking.
We are.
That's
It's
the
We
problem.
have so
And
many
you're welcome.
beers. I'm trying to keep
pull
it
beers
going.
out.
I just took a sip of this beer.
Yeah, so this is Evil Smoosh.
Holy
this
shit.
is another soul beer. This one they did with Evil.
my
Smoothie, right?
Evil
Smoothie.
Oh my
Creamsicle.
God.
It's a smoothie.
It is a
Orange
double
creamsicle.
IPA
Yeah.
with strawberries, rhubarb, and milk sugar.
So
Definitely
good.
Give me
creamsicle.
sugar.
That's
Yeah.
remember the creamsicle, like the popsicles you
Yeah,
see when
yeah,
you were little.
exactly.
See, I didn't get orange. I got strawberries and cream.
I got strawberries when I had
definitely
this
got
last
strawberries.
week. I didn't get much orange, but
This is
I mean it's amazing.
incredible. I don't know that before tonight that I've had anything from them.
Now you've had two.
No, I've had two.
We've
Yeah.
had
You've
had
never
their
had
beers on the
Soul
podcast before.
Did we?
Yeah.
Cushy
we-
Clouds.
I don't think you look at the beers in
Boost
front of
Jocks.
He's like, whatever, I'll just drink it.
Yeah. I know I haven't had Boost Jocks.
Is
though.
it beer? Okay, good.
No, Boost Jocks is orange juice.
Well,
not beer.
I
Juice
feel like
Box
this
is
is
the
up there
OG,
for
and it's
just
so
very
good.
juice-like. Also, it seems like there's very limited carbonation in this one.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of. I'm definitely getting the rhubarb.
Yeah, the
for sure.
rhubarb gives it a very interesting twist.
It's-
Have you had any of the Nerd series, like Citra Nerd, Any of those?
I don't know. I'd have to consult my.
Look on Untappd.
Your
Application.
7,000 plus probably says yes.
How many check-ins this stuff
Was it
have?
69 something? 69.34
Something
or
like
something you said
that.
earlier?
Whoa, Steph. We're not even friends on Untappd yet.
Oh, well, that will change.
That will change after tonight.
I haven't had any of the nerds.
They're hard to find.
I did?
Nerds. They're hard to find.
Oh,
Even Rich says you did.
okay.
Maybe you didn't check it in.
Maybe I didn't. That's
Nerds. They're hard to find.
This is really good. This is,
I really like this. Yeah.
I can't believe
Very
that.
creamy.
Yeah. I can't believe it's this good, to be honest.
It just tastes like juice. I mean,
It
you don't
really
even
does.
taste like you're drinking a beer.
No.
yeah.
I would get so destroyed off of this beer.
I feel like
There you are.
this could be really good in like some beer cocktails. Like you
Yeah.
could do some really
Yeah.
cool stuff with this. Yeah.
You almost feel like this is a liquor drink.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean,
exactly.
you almost feel like this is a fruit.
Another freaking 90s song is in my head now.
It's an
Yeah,
orange
drink it,
drink.
Sing it.
It's a
Sing
liquor
it.
drink. It's a vodka drink.
There we go.
So clearly, we've already had a lot to drink, and I, at this point, don't know what's going to make it in the final product and what won't. But somewhere along the way, we have to play a game. So I think Wayne needs to step up to the mic.
Yes, and welcome to the contractually obligated portion of the segment that we have to do, or we don't get paid. Cheers, Internet, and welcome to Happy Fun Time Games, a podcast trivia segment whose value is in its collectible container and not the contents inside, which are incidental and not intended for
I hate this game.
consumption.
I hate it.
Everybody knows what games we're playing.
It's
Well,
the only
these
thing
guys
that's
might
worse
not.
is the one where you gotta guess the year. No, what was the one where he gave us the scrambled letters?
Oh, the anagrams?
I liked that
Oh,
one.
I would like something
I
like that.
really
No.
liked that
Stuff
one.
like that works for me.
No.
Well,
Can we do number anagrams?
Beer
No.
grams? Wait, that's
number
what makes
No.
anagrams.
No.
32. What beer is that?
23.
Wow, you're good. You're good.
This is the beer cellar, in which I pull random postings. Well, not so random. I curate postings from mybeercellar.com, which is a website that exists in a legal gray area where people can hawk rare bottles of beer for outrageous prices. So it's like a eBay for beer.
Okay. An beer underground, if you will.
It's sort of a beer underground. They have all these weird caveats. Like, you are buying the collectible bottle, not the beer inside.
because you can get probably arrested.
Which
for
is,
that.
yeah, exactly, because you're not supposed to.
Not probably.
So whatever. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tell you about a beer that's available on mybeercellar.com, and you have to guess what the asking price is for that product. And the closest, without going over, Spices Light style,
Wait, what?
gets the point.
You're a Bob Barker.
Yes.
A little bit younger, but all right.
So let's get
Just a
right
little.
into it. And remember, folks, spay and neuter your cats and dogs. We will begin to my left with Dan, and our first listing of the game is Alpine Beer Company's Chesmonis. It is a 7% ABV blended Belgian-style beer aged in wine barrels with white peaches and apricots added. Sounds delicious.
I want to try
It
this.
is delightfully tart and fruity with complexity from a unique mix of wild yeast. One 16-ounce bottle from its initial release in 2013 can be yours for the price of... How much?
2013 vintage. And we're dealing strictly with the price of the bottle.
It's the beer. I mean,
And it's on
I
sale
know,
right
I
now.
I mean, those are just legal.
I mean,
You
you're
know.
not selling it, so you're fine.
Are we inflation adjusting?
Ooh, good question.
This is what you can buy it for right now on
By the way-
mybeercellar.com.
Jen is playing via
Was it-
text message.
Are you getting?
Girl, get over here.
Are you asking the
Sit.
audience?
Jen is playing.
Yeah, Jen can jump in. That's
Let's
fine.
go.
I
Go
fuck
ahead.
with Jen.
We have a table. Or,
Jen's cool.
Or a chair.
All right.
Or whatever the fuck furniture that is.
Welcome to the game.
I will say
I gotta adjust my scoreboard now.
$35.
Oh, you're close to what I was
Hold
going
on.
to say.
Jen comes after Steph, before Glenn, and then Matt.
I'm going to say 50.
All right, you said how much, Dan? I'm sorry.
35.
35.
I'm
Steph
saying
said
50. I'm going a little higher.
50. Newcomer to the table, Jen. How much do you think?
50.
50.
What's 50?
I say it's a beer. It sounds like I would like, so I'm going 40.
$40.
She has to look at her phone to see what she texted me.
All right, Glenn. What do you think?
How big's the bottle again?
16 ounces.
How big is the bottle?
2013 vintage. Wow. First year it was released.
$47.
$47. And finally, Matt.
We're really close.
All right, Bob.
$1, $1.
Bob, I'm going to go $45.
$45.
You are an idiot.
Oh
Why
my
didn't you say
God.
$1?
You actually, $1 was not a good strategy. The closest without going over is Steph, but you needed to add add $500 to what you said.
Holy shit!
Because it's $550.
Wow.
Yes, the seller of
absurd.
this beer.
I guess you should have said 51.
Yeah, the seller of this beer also says, I have tons of other rare bottles that have properly cellared that I need to sell. My goal is to liquidate the cellar towards my wedding and honeymoon. Also to make space. She's
needs
not too happy
to pick another
about
spouse.
the ridiculous number of beers I have.
So
and
this
how
is
much we
like
spent.
everything else sold
Story.
online. You think you have something worth more than it really is.
Exactly.
Okay.
And my wife says I need to get rid of it, but I can't. So I'm going
Then
to make
he,
it outrageously
he needs to find
expensive.
another
Yeah.
spouse.
And then, oh, by the way, if you want to buy it, I already drank it.
Yeah, oh, it's gone. I'm sorry.
Well, you are just buying the bottle.
Yes. It's $20, but the shipping is $10,000. Moving on to our next listing of the game, and Steph is going to guess first on this one, and this is a 6-pack of Three Stooges beer.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Made in 1998 by Panther Brewing Company in New York. Three Stooges beer is a 4.8% American adjunct lager of dubious quality. The beer was made only in that year, but it was fairly mass-produced. How much for a 6-pack of Three Stooges beer from 1998?
$25.
$25 says Steph. Jen, what do you think?
Let's go with 35.
Let's go with 35, Glenn.
I mean, based upon the douchebaggery of the previous
But
asking
it's
price.
the Three Stooges. And it's a fucking adjunct lager.
But it's a 6-pack.
It is a 6-pack.
I don't
so
care.
if my math
From
is
1998.
right, times carry the 4, I'm going to go $273.
$273. Matt, what do you think?
I believe my dad has a bottle of this in the basement somewhere.
Nice.
So
And you didn't bring it?
my dad's a huge Three Stooges fan. So,
Nice.
A 6-pack of it. I mean, I really don't know how rare this is, but let's go $20.
$20.
Wow.
Okay.
Soft body.
Finally,
Soft
Dan.
body.
That kind of ruins what I was going to say.
$1.
Say what you
He's
were
going
going to say.
Wait a
$19.99.
minute. What were the guesses so far?
We've got 25, 35, 273, bit of an outlier, and $20.
36 would be your guess. Or $1. That's where I would
36.
36. Good strategy because you were the closest without going over. The asking
good
price
job.
is
Wouldn't have thought of it. Thanks.
$75.
go.
Dollars.
I feel
bizarre.
vindicated. I'll take it.
That's
Indicate
okay.
it, you were only $200.
Yeah, you were only 197, 98 points off. Or
Vindicated.
dollars off.
I'm selfish. I'm
Can
wrong.
I ask a
Semantics.
question?
Sure.
Can we open another beer?
Sure.
No, you can do whatever you want.
Glasses are empty.
Yeah, I
Let's
was
open
looking for the
another beer.
crowler of the smoosh, but I'm all right with another
Yeah,
beer.
yeah, open another beer. While you're opening the beer, I'm going to tell you that Panther Brewing Company took its name from the 1935 Stooges short, Three Little Beers, in which
Nice.
Larry,
Little
Curly, and Moe engage in shenanigans as beer delivery men for the then fictional Panther Brewing Company. The brewery is no longer around, surprise, surprise, but they also apparently produce Ziggy Saki Premium Lager.
Zicky, zacky. Oi, oi, oi!
Where are the girls on trampolines?
Oh my goodness.
Girls on trampolines.
Oh, man.
So we have Funk Tumbleweed that we just opened up.
all right.
Nice, nice, nice. I need to make some room for that.
Everybody, I'm sorry. I killed off the evil smoosh.
That's allowed.
Sorry, that was really good.
Soul, if you're listening, he wants more.
Yes. Okay, we're going to move on to our next listing of the game, and Jen, newcomer to the table, is going to guess first on this one. No pressure.
Lady of the Sours.
This is a Sam Adams Utopias collection,
A collection?
including one sealed bottle of every release year since
What?
Utopias was first
Oh
released
my
and
God.
bottled in the
What?
year
Whoa.
2000. 8 750 milliliter bottles in total.
What?
Also included are 4 Riedel specialty glasses, which
I'm
doesn't
getting
really matter.
tingly, Jen.
Famously,
Add to the
Let's
price.
spit on
yes.
it.
Famously expensive.
Is it still available?
with an ABV
Can we buy it right now on the show?
in the 20 to 30% range. Only 15,000 bottles are produced for its biannual release every year. One bottle from every year. 8 releases since the year 2000. How much?
I'm going to say $1 million.
$1 million.
Oh, boy.
All right, starting
That was a bad strategy.
starting it off
I think Jen lost that round.
with a bang. Glenn, what do you think?
All right, this is if you go over, you lose. Was that
If
the-
you go
So,
over, yeah, exactly.
Jen lost.
I'm gonna go with $999,999.
All right, Matt's going to guess next, and I'm going to go a little bit off the rule book here and tell you that both these people are totally fucking wrong. Like, that's not even close. So,
How dare you?
I mean, if that helps.
I'm gonna go $350.
$350?
Yep, $350.
All right.
About
All right.
350, some might say.
About tree fitty.
Well,
All right.
it comes with 4 glasses, so that's obviously vintage glass, right?
Comes with a Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
It's a vintage glass. You can't.
They're not vintage glass. They're Riedel specialty glass. It's just Riedel's a company
A
that makes.
vintage glass.
I was joking. All right, it's fine. It's fine. 350 is my answer, Bob.
All right. Dan, what do you think? It's less than $1 million. I'll tell you that.
Well, less than $1 million, and also less than $999,000.
Yeah, and more than
More than
$20.
so.
More than $20.
Between
so
20 and $1 million.
I shouldn't say $1.
Probably. Well, I mean, at this point,
Go 150.
I could go 150. What'd you say?
350.
350.
yeah, he said 350.
I have no fucking idea.
I have a feeling Steph's probably going to get this one.
$3,000.
$3,000?
No. Add a zero. 3,500.
What? I'm
Wait.
saying 351. 351.
Wait, you're saying 3,500. You're saying 351.
$351.
Okay, you're saying 351. Dan is the closest.
You gotta be shitting me.
Without going over it, $3,800.
Oh, man.
$3,800
You were so close.
You get a high five.
I was so
Oh my
close.
god.
for 8 bottles of
Wow.
Utopias every
Whoa.
release year since
I thought it'd
the
be
year
like 2,000 maybe.
2000. Well, the year 2000.
I can't believe it was over 500.
The seller of this
Wow.
says it is a very rare opportunity for a vertical tasting, unlike no other,
Unlike no other.
which is incorrect.
So
but
it's
it
8
is
bottles?
It is a vertical tasting, unlike any other. It is 8 bottles, of Utopias. Yeah,
Someone buy it, please.
Let us know if Beer Busters buys that. We'll come back.
yeah, right.
Patrons.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Moving on, and I think we're at Glenn to guess first on this one. And this is a Heineken Millennium Magnum bottle. An unopened 3-liter bottle of Old Heine released
Old Heine.
to celebrate the new millennium in the year 2000, complete with a specially produced box. This is one listing where the value is definitely in the container and not the contents inside, which I don't think anyone would recommend for consumption. Millennium Magnum bottle of Heineken, how much?
So it's only one bottle, but you're getting the box? It's a
It's a-
solo box?
It's a single, unopened 3-liter bottle that was specially produced to ring in the new millennium in the year 2000 with a box. But it's Heineken.
Fun fact, I had my wisdom teeth removed 1 week before the millennium.
Nice.
Did you drink Heineken after that? Or?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't 21 yet.
Okay.
So my answer is
So?
no.
Okay, since it's Magnum in a box, I'm going 69.
69. Good strategy. Matt, what do you think?
I'm going to go, let's go 75.
75. Okay, Dan? Very close so far. Not much of
I
a
know.
spread.
50.
$50.
30.
Steph says $30. And finally, Jen.
75.
75 again. Are you allowed
Wait,
on...
somebody already said that.
Yeah, are you allowed on Price is
Sorry.
Right to guess the same as
No.
someone?
No, you're not.
You would get that.
Sorry, Bob.
All right, I'm going 125.
Wow, that was
It's a big swing.
76.
125.
He's trying to win both showcases, so.
It doesn't matter because someone got it exactly right.
Wait, what?
And it was Matt.
Hey!
$75. However, due to its enormous size, there's a $50 shipping fee.
Can that be the name of a beer, too?
Due to its enormous size,
Due to its
I don't want to hold
The
it.
episode
Due to its enormous size, I don't want
Due to its enormous size, I don't want to hold it.
And
Write it down.
in case you're interested, Budweiser did the same thing. They had Millennium packaging and a Magnum bottle as well, which I read in an article on the internet that was dated October 22nd, 1999, which is just weird.
Wow.
All right, moving on.
Beer.geocities.com.
Yeah. No, I was actually on a
on
website
Zanga,
that's
so.
still being
A lot of
maintained.
people commented on it.
Yeah. They said I was trying to come up with like an internet meme reference from 1999, but I have no
Strong.
fucking idea.
It was their MySpace.
They were- no, they
Tom
said-
didn't like that post.
All your base are belong to us or something.
I know what that means
There
now.
you go. Nice. All zigs are go. Moving on to Matt, who's going to guess
Thanks
first
to
on
Eric.
this one.
He's not even here.
And this is a 40-year-old bottle of West Veteran 12.
Oh, wow.
40 years
A
old.
40-year-old bottle brewed by Trappist monks.
who's
Did
ass-
it come home
in an ass?
John Stemler's
Yeah,
ass?
It did not.
I was going to say, whose ass was it smuggled
Because he
in?
is under 40, I'm pretty sure.
1 year old. 1 year old.
Wait,
he really?
John's older than 40?
Well, if he is, he's not much older.
Can we Google that real quick?
He's not like 60. It's not like he was 20
Wait, Steph's on it.
40 years
No
ago.
way you can find that.
Let's find out how old John Stemler is a moment.
I'll just
Let's
look
pause
on his
the game
Facebook profile
while we
page.
find out how old John Stemler is.
By the way, did you see his current profile
Hey,
picture?
what's-
Is a picture I took of him.
Yeah, with the
That's
Saison
pretty
shirt.
awesome.
My
yeah.
bet's on like 38.
No, he's wearing a
but-
pretty-
Yeah, are we
He
taking
always
bets?
wears
Oh, all right. Side game. How old is John Stemler? Jen.
I think he's at least like, I say late 40s.
You have to be specific.
Late 40s?
Yeah.
48?
47.
47. Steph says 47. Jen.
This could not go on the internet.
No, it has to. It's part of the game. Jen.
This is
I'd say 50.
Oh, wow.
Oh, whoa.
He's going to be very upset.
I'm going 38.
All right. Glenn is saying 38. Matt.
I was going to say 39. Didn't
All right.
Need to, didn't
Are
need
you-
to go too close
Are
today.
you still going to say 39?
I'm going to say 39.
All right. Dan, what do you think?
I was going to say 35.
35. I'm going to throw my hat in at 37. Because I don't think he's that old.
Are we texting him?
No, I have to do math. I can't do math.
What
in my
year
head
was he
when I'm
born in?
drunk. Hold on.
John, if you're listening, we're sorry if we
Ooh.
overshot your
Ooh.
age.
We did.
What year was he born in?
He's 38.
Yeah, exactly.
I was close. I was close.
No, somebody
Glenn
said
got it.
38. Yeah, you
Glenn
Glenn
got it.
said 38.
Come on.
I'm sorry, John.
Bonus
Met the guy,
point.
knew it.
Bonus point to Glenn. If you
Please
keep-
don't let this see the internet.
This is a bonus point to Glenn, and if you're keeping score at home, this is the only point he's gotten.
But the
I
most
thought he was a
important.
lot older than that.
So I'm older than he is? Wow.
Sorry, John. This has to stay in because he's got a point from it. It affects the outcome of the game. I'm sorry.
If you want to know how Glenn got that point, you need to listen to the outtakes.
You started a shit show here. It's not my
I
fault.
apparently did.
Can of worms.
Where are we? 40-year-old bottle of
40-year-old
Westy
bottle,
12. It was first sold to the public in 1931. Not this bottle, but the beer. Is often considered, obviously, the best beer in the world. It can generally only be purchased at the brewery, though it can be repurchased online. The brewery, the St. Sixtus Abbey, where it is brewed, is the only remaining brewery in the world where Trappist monks still do the brewing of the beer. Production is limited to 60,000 cases per year. A 40-year-old bottle for how much?
40-year-old bottle.
Yes.
12 grand.
12 grand. All right.
Wow.
That's a lot of money. Dan?
I was going to say $2,000, but I feel like
Dude, monks brew it. Come on.
whatever. Gut instinct, $2,000.
$2,000. All right. A bottle of Westy 12, older than John Stemler. How much, Dan? Or Steph?
He's going to love this episode.
Whoever's turn it is.
I'll say 2,500.
2,500. Okay. Jen?
I'm saying 750.
750.
Oh,
okay.
she's going low.
Glenn?
How low can you
One
go?
bottle we're talking here?
We're talking one bottle.
How big's the bottle?
How big is the bottle?
You know what? That is a good
750?
question.
No, it's probably...
No, it's just a 12 ouncer, I
Yeah,
believe.
it's
They don't
probably
sell
small.
them in 12 ounces.
Does
yeah.
it float?
Does it float?
Ask Bill Nye.
No. I'm going to go with... I'll go... I feel like somebody said this, but I'll say it. 1,200.
1,200? Nobody said that.
I said
He's at 12,000.
Well,
you're
high, all right?
an order of magnitude lower.
He's wrong, but I'll go 1,200.
We're going to sound the buzzer because everyone is over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so let's start
What was the lowest?
Guessing again. The lowest was 750, guessed by Lady of the Sours, Jen. So, start again. Matt. Less than 750.
$250.
$3. 250.
250.
All right, Dan.
250, Bob. Thanks.
I'll go 500.
All right, Dan is going 500. Steph.
300.
Steph's going 300. Jen.
I'll say 150.
150. And finally, Glenn. We got 150 to 500 this round.
$1, $1,
That is
$1, $1,
the
$1.
spread of guesses.
Remember to get your
225.
225.
Why didn't you say
starting
$1?
over because everyone is over
If you would have said
again.
$1, this would be over.
Okay.
I go for the gold, okay? I'm not a
I'll
participation
say
trophy
$50.
kind of guy.
$50.
All right, Matt is now
What
saying
was the lowest in the last round?
the lowest in the last one was $150. Matt just said
Wow.
50. Dan.
92.
92.
92, 92, 90, 90. I'm saying 93.
Steph saying 93. Jen?
Hold on, I'm doing the math.
What math?
What math are we doing?
What math is to be done?
Carry the 2.
She's our accountant. Leave
She
it
is
alone.
an accountant. She probably has some secret weapon, some
I'm
algorithm.
gonna say $15.
Dollars?
$15.
Okay, fair enough. And Glenn?
What kind of spread we working with here?
We've got 15 at the low end, 93 at the high.
So the theory here is I should say 1. Right? That's how we're supposed to play the game.
The
So I'm
theory is you should guess as close as you can to what it actually is.
$1.
I like how you think. 23.
$23? Steph is the closest without going over because it is $98.88.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Should have gotten 94. Who knew?
I'll take it.
Yes,
Who knew?
yes, yes.
Who knew?
There you go.
Interesting story
I just had it.
Oh.
regarding
Guessing
this
the
beer. So, Rate Beer Executive Director Joe Tucker had to say that one day 20 people were drinking the beer in the world, and the next there's a huge line of cars waiting to buy it because in the mid-2000s it was named the best beer in the world by RateBeer.com. Before that, nobody really had any
No one
idea what it
gave a
was.
shit.
Yeah, so they kicked off the whole craziness about this beer, which we've had on the podcast with John Stemler.
And it was in his ass.
Yeah, it was in his ass.
Was he 48 years old when it happened?
No,
No.
he was probably a year younger
37?
than he is now because it was about a year ago. So RateBeer.com was like kicked off this whole like Westy craze that has continued to this day, and the monks were not happy about it. Thanks to Tucker's list, they told him the public was demanding more beer and they were not going to make it. According to a statement from the Father Abbot, we are no brewers, we are monks. We brew beer to be able to afford to be monks.
We're drinking another beer, by the way.
What are we drinking?
St. Boniface Surprise.
Surprise!
It's another IPA.
Supplies!
Azaka Citra and Falconer's Flight. And
Nice.
it's uber delicious.
Nice. We have one more listing left in the game.
Let's do it.
These Oreos are delicious, by the way.
Thank you.
They'd be more delicious if they were key lime pie.
Nice.
Glenn, you were my favorites.
Are
what
they
happens.
as good as the Fruity Pebble bagels?
Nothing's as good as a Fruity Pebble bagel.
So
Jen, don't do that to me.
Since Jen sidled up to the table, the number of questions is off kilter to the number of people, so we're going to randomly choose who guesses on this one.
Jen.
So what we have, and I'm not going to tell you who's going to guess first until I tell you the listing. This is a Guinness tap handle.
What?
This is an old-style Guinness draft nitro tap handle, yellow brass base, ceramic top, comes with plastic restrictor tip. Enough said.
Reservoir tip, you say?
That's not what I said. And Matt's going to guess first. How much? Guinness tap handle.
$50.
50 beans. Jen, what do you think?
What the hell are you doing?
All over the place.
Totally random.
Since the dogfish handle I was looking at for Ron was $2,500,
What the
I'm gonna
fuck?
say
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Will you
that's
marry
a
me?
perfectly reasonable price for a tap
Well, he's
handle.
not getting that, so I'm gonna say $850.
$850?
Wow.
All right. Glenn, what do you think?
She really threw me off with that expensive tap handle.
Yeah, we got 50 and 850 now.
She was trying to get in your head, man.
She was. And it looks like it worked.
I'm going to go about tree fitty. Yeah.
I need about 350.
Tree fitting.
About tree fitty.
Dan, what do you think?
Like, I was originally going to say 75, but then she, like, had to one-up that. I'll go... You know what? Fuck it. 75.
Dan is saying 75.
76.
Steph is saying 76. The closest, without
would.
going over, is Matt at $50 because
Fuck,
it
I was going to
is
say 51.
$60, and I have no more to say about that. So we're going to add up the points real quick and see who our big winner of the game this evening is.
Not Jen.
And it is not Jen, who has precisely 0 points.
I hope you had fun, Jen.
Glenn has 1 point, which the internet may not know where that point came from.
I hope the internet doesn't
Depending on
know.
how forgiving Dan is
They
when he
do.
edits this episode.
Come on.
They do.
Matt has 3 points with 1 bonus point for guessing one exactly correctly,
I should have 2 points then, sir.
making him...
That's true. Technically.
Yeah, okay, fair. We'll give you 2 points. That's fine. Which
It doesn't
means
matter.
I will give you 2 points because that means we have a winner at 3 points, but we have a German Sparkle Party for second place.
Play it.
I like German sparkle party.
Love the remix. 2 points apiece to Dan, Steph, and Glenn
Woo!
in today's game.
Wait, so how many questions did you ask?
A million.
6. Plus
And the
points,
highest
1.
is 2.
No,
the highest is 3.
3.
50%.
2 of us at 3.
But that's 3 with a bonus point because he got one exactly correct. So
he
you got 2
3,
questions
we got
right.
2.
1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
Not 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus
This
1.
is the part of the
One
show
and
where,
one
where
and
we
one makes
do
3.
our patron roll call,
Do it.
which is a dumb name. I need a better name for this. But until I think of the better name, these are our patrons on Patreon who are generous enough to donate to us at a level that gets their name read on the podcast. And I think most of them are in the room this evening. We have the notorious Wolfgang von Colt, which, if you listen to the last episode, you will learn his true secret identity. Vicky Victoria Miles, our own local Oakbrook Brewing Company, Joe Man, the one and only That's No Baloney, Joe Mansell, and of course, one of our newest patrons, Ron McDonald, also in the house this evening. Thank you very much. If you want to get your name read on the podcast or just be cool like the cool kids, go to patreon.com/beerbusters.
The one and only, that's no baloney.
I love it. I love that Joe Man has.
Oh, Joe Man. Well, I think that takes us into...
No. Your beers. No. Know your beers.
Rich, what do we got?
What?
What?
This feels weird.
Thanks, guys. I'll take the wheel from here.
All right. Rich has this for the rest of the show. See you guys.
Today I'll be using my first-hand experience from the thousands of miles I've logged to tell you about ways to keep your designated driver happy.
Tens of thousands, I think.
Yeah, might be close.
Probably more, yeah.
From here to the moon, 20 times and back.
Yes, the brewery on Mars.
I went real dirty on how to keep your designated driver happy, and I'm not going to say it.
No.
All right, so one obvious and easy way is to buy them dinner. It's considered the proper way to say thank you for your service. It doesn't have to be steak and lobster tails, although I wouldn't say no to that. But a burger, wings, Brussels sprouts, whatever is a very nice gesture. Wiener Schnitzel. Or that.
Yes.
Because always remember, a full DD is a happy DD.
I agree.
Another thing you can do is buy them non-alcoholic drinks. It's not that expensive, and you allow your DD to enjoy the social aspect of drinking without the devil's juice. Don't assume that... What's wrong with devil's juice? So don't assume that not being able to have alcohol means not being able to have delicious drinks. Try versions of the alcoholic drinks, mocktails, and interesting smoothies or shakes. My drink of choice is always unsweetened iced tea, without the sugar, because I'm sweet enough already.
Never heard that one
The
before.
crowd likes that one.
You can also pay for gas, give some money towards gas, or top off the tank, or let them drive your car rather than using theirs. If they must use
Is that a euphemism? Top off the tank? That sounds dirty.
Well, I don't know. Could be. If they must use their car, do everything you can to avoid vomiting in her car. A few pointers for you DDs out there. Keep the windows open, give them some fresh air, drive slowly and smoothly in order not to stir up your friends' fragile stomachs. And always remember, the drunker you get, the more you talk, which allows your DD to get some really good blackmail footage for future use.
That's true.
You should allow the DD to play music in the car that they enjoy listening to. I can recommend a great playlist with Katy Perry, Britney Spears, and a few others.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift sometimes. Maybe in some STP thrown in every now and then. Every 10 songs or so.
Rick Astley.
Sure. Never gonna give you up.
That's what you're going to say to the DD, right?
Amen.
If you go to a club or show, you could pay his or her cover charge. Also make sure that their car doesn't look like a rest stop bathroom when everyone piles out, because leaving a mountain of hot Cheetos from your late night sheet stop on their back seat is not cool.
That's why you go to Wawa.
That's true. A foot massage would be nice, but some people might be uncomfortable with that. I mean, after all, you do need both feet to drive, so you should have them feeling in good shape.
Just remember, as Pulp Fiction taught us, touching their feet and putting your tongue in the holiest of holies are not the same thing.
True. So give them your keys, put yourself in their hands, and relax for the evening. Whatever happens, you'll be home safe. Take your DD's advice. You're out to drink and have a good time, but if he or she suggests you've had enough, remember,
You keep them around to exercise the good judgment that you don't have now. Judgment comes in handy in various circumstances, not just while driving. You'll thank them tomorrow. And now for a few words for you DDs out there. Go out with fun people. Choose people who are joyous, not I can't say that word. Malevolent in intent. Your goals should be to have a pleasant, fun evening and be ready to watch your friends make you laugh once they are drunk. Yeah, that happens pretty much every night. You could also find a friend who doesn't drink. Maybe this person never drinks, or perhaps he or she is also a designated driver for the same occasion. This can be a great person to team up with and observe the general deterioration in manners and communication as the evening wears on. You'll both be a source of mutual support for the non-drinking approach to the event and won't feel so left out. You'll have fun watching the crazy, funny things your friends do. For example, telling tall tales or dancing eccentrically with Star Wars helmets on.
I've seen that video.
What? You have?
It's all
You
over
showed
the
him
internet.
that fucking video?
I think you did.
No, I didn't.
Were you wearing your onesie too?
Oh, God.
It's a lot. We're learning a lot about Steph right now.
We are.
I do have a Chewy onesie.
No, it's appreciated.
That's for later.
Do we want to give you a few minutes to go put it on, or
Is it movie realistic?
It's
Is the
too hot in
question.
here. Is it? I don't know. You'll have to wait
movie
and see.
quality?
It's okay that mine's on movie quality.
We suggested that name to Evil Genius, and they didn't
Movie
like it.
quality Chewbacca mask. I feel like it's a great name.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's all right. You can always capture the highlights of the evening on camera, reminding them of their last night's antics. This will be the best part of the evening, and you'll be able to laugh about it, even several weeks later. But as much as you would like, don't go posting the photos online. That's a big lack of manners and respect for your friends. Simply share them among yourselves. Or as I said earlier, this can be blackmail gold. Or you could take your smartphones with game apps. If you're truly bored, play with the apps until it's time to leave. Well, that about wraps up my suggestions. I hope you found them helpful. And remember, if you don't have a DD, be sure to use something like Uber, Lyft, or call a taxi to get home safely so you
Yes.
can live the party another night.
Yeah!
Thank you, Rich.
Rich, everybody. Rich Heffner.
Thank you.
Beerbusters DD/intern/ guy that does everything for us.
That was the most fun Know Your Beers we've ever done. Steph,
go fuck yourself.
You're fired. Rich is the new Know Your Beers guy.
I did say if I was ever invited back, I could have an article on the art of muling one of these days. Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty relevant in today's times.
Yep.
That's
yes,
right.
yes.
Next
Thanks so much.
time.
I just sharded.
Yeah. There you go.
Rich, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rich.
Sage advice, though.
Absolutely, yeah. You need a DD. The DD's got to be treated right so they enjoy the time that's out there. And Rich has gotten his fair share of
Wiener Schnitzel.
while we've been on the road. So, Rich, thank you so much. I guess that takes us to
Beer me! Beer me! Beer me! Beer me!
Round 2, fight.
which also, I
We
mean,
kind of already started, but
we never stopped. But I just feel weird if I don't hit the button.
Hit it again.
I feel weird.
There you go.
Beer me! Beer me! Beer me! Beer me!
I have Tourette's.
Yes.
Okay, I drank all the. What was the last one? Funk.
Surprise.
Surprise! was the last one.
Surprise, yeah.
I drank all that. That was
You're
amazing.
up, Bippa.
That's
All right.
true.
You want to go? You want to go Stickman again?
Sure.
Yeah, it's either Stickman or Springhouse.
Does another
open-
patron want to come up to the mic and drink this one with us?
Let's go ahead, Stickman.
Patron?
Do it.
Patron?
Any patrons?
Stickman Brews store bought is fine.
Ha.
Yay! Vicky the Great is coming.
That's right.
So this is store bought is fine. For
Hey, wait.
Stickman?
When did a bottle of consecration end up on the
Like
table?
early. I texted Rich. He brought it over.
That was a while ago.
Holy shizy.
Where you been?
I was hoping nobody else noticed. So store bought is fine. Did we? Did
That
we
remains
say,
to be seen. I haven't tasted it yet.
Well, I don't know. Did we say what kind of beer it is?
I-P-fucking-A.
Wow.
Well, is that different from a regular IPA?
Yes,
Yes.
it's
Solid
an IFPA.
IPA.
No, it's an IPFA.
Oh, no, yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
IPFA.
Very true.
It's a common mistake.
IPA.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying that. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
No problem.
I mean, this is incredibly hazy.
I,
Right?
I was
is.
just gonna say that. I like the haziness out of it.
There's like a funky black pepper type thing going on in
Do
there.
the kids call that dank?
The kids might.
Is that what the kids are calling it these
I'm
days?
gonna.
I call it spicy.
I'm gonna say hashtag YOLO.
Yep. Swag.
We're at that point.
Swag
Hashtag
money.
grassy,
You know what? This is woke.
Would you say it's
Agreed.
grassy?
Yes.
Agreed.
dank and grassy.
I'm getting a lot of
funk.
sweet out of it as well.
Really?
See, I'm
Yeah.
getting more sweet out of it,
Yeah.
too.
It's like the previous one where it wasn't too much hot bite.
Yeah, no, I definitely get sweet on this as well. Yeah,
It's a little more approachable to people who
getting
aren't,
sweet on it.
They're
who aren't
saying it 'cause
huge
you
fans
said
of
it.
IPAs. A little
Right.
more approachable, right?
I'm very
They
impressionable.
want to be cool like me.
Yep.
I'd say a little, maybe approachable from an IPA standpoint, but I feel like it has a bold character that I feel like a casual Bud drinker would not like this beer.
Bud drinkers
That's
don't
fine with me.
really
No.
drink a lot of craft beers.
No, but there are those craft beers out there that you're like, you could hand this to a Bud drinker. They'd be like, hey, that's actually
Yeah, like a
good.
Hellas or something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Or
And I don't
zero,
think this
zero
falls
day
under-
cheap
yeah.
date.
Exactly. I don't think this falls into that category.
Did Eric leave?
What a dick.
No, I just wanted to give him credit because the next beer, the last beer in the Beer Busters case is a beer that Eric brought for us. Spandex.
Go the other way. I don't have an
Glitters.
empty glass.
And Egos from
I really
Pizza Boy.
don't want to chug either.
Dude, get it moving. Come on, you
Could
got
always-
evil smoosh over there? You could crush that.
You could always dump bucket something.
Don't dump it.
I'm
Oh,
not gonna
never
dump
mind.
bucket
This is the second to last Beer Busters beer because another patron also brought an awesome beer.
You were faking
wasted.
I'm gonna drink some of this
What are you drinking?
Concentration.
Concentration.
Don't worry about what I'm doing over
Consecration.
He
here.
likes C words, okay?
Don't worry what I'm doing over here. It is not concentrating. I will tell you that.
Whoa, we almost spilled it.
Oh, I was trying to-
no.
Yes.
And it wasn't me.
Yeah. What are we drinking?
I don't know.
We're drinking
Spandex.
spandex and glitter.
Spandex, glitter, and egos from Pizza Boy.
And I wore my glitter in honor of the beer.
Yeah, Steph has a. Is that the Decepticons?
That's Decepticons, bro.
Yeah, yeah, you're evil, man.
Decepticon.
That's right.
And
I'm a Sith,
glittery Decepticons.
and I'm a Decepticon.
Evil and fabulous.
I feel like Dow would appreciate that.
Yeah.
You would. Thanks, Dow.
This is delicious.
It's pretty good.
We're gonna start shouting out Dow as much as we do Joe, man.
Dow. He's not a patron, though. What the
He's
hell?
not Dow. If you give us money, we will say your name on the podcast
Yes.
more often.
That's right.
Is Pizza Boy involved in the Harrisburg Beer Week?
Yes.
Okay. Because
It
that
was brewed there.
There was a lot of
There's
a lot of breweries
people.
involved,
They
but it
brewed
was
it at
brewed
their
there.
facility. Yes.
Cool. I saw the tap handle artwork for it. Bart did it. It's awesome. It looks really cool.
Good job, Bart.
Bart did it.
Bart does a lot of cool stuff.
We need to get out there soon, so it would be nice to take a trip out.
Wait,
We haven't been there yet.
what?
I've only been there once.
Listen,
so-
we've been all over the state, and we're trying to get everywhere.
It's been only 1 year.
There's only been a year. I mean, we've probably hit, like 50 already? I mean, it's...
Yeah, probably in that
It-
range.
this is
yeah.
going to sound like a no-brainer, but they have really good pizza there.
Yeah, no. Well, they just stopped selling 6-packs of other people's beer. You saw that? Because the new
I
law
did
that was
not.
just passed. So
Oh.
they're only selling other people's beer on tap, from what I read.
Oh,
And you can only take a crowler out of their beer. So
interesting.
that's what I've read. Their competition kind of increased with the new law that got passed. So
Right.
Huh.
he didn't see it as very profitable. to
Are they
sell.
doing flights yet?
Every
I don't
place
know.
should do flights
Never.
and samples.
They will never, ever do flights.
It-
ever.
I don't
Ever,
get the
ever,
lack
ever.
of samples from place. I want to try 5 beers. Let
Well,
me try 5 beers.
Here, I get Al's perspective. You really can't experience a beer until you've had an entire goblet.
That's true.
or
Brewers
pint.
I have to
really believe
respectfully
that.
disagree.
I
Well,
re-
brewers don't brew
No.
beer to be served
I really
in
don't
3
think.
ounces.
I
you know.
really, yeah.
So
You can't
here's
get
my
it in
take
3
on it.
ounces.
Like, I understand where you're coming from.
Here's my take on it. Give me the flight. Let me have a few samples. Whatever I like the best, I will order a full pour of.
Thank
Fair.
you. Thank you.
That's fine, and,
Mic drop.
and I agree with you. But I also understand Al's perspective.
Yeah, I mean,
do,
it's
and I respect it.
there's a fine line, and I don't want to knock the man because he, obviously he kicks out good beers because this is one of them. But I really wish I could go in and try a few of them in one shot and not spend $40.
Well, what if you picked a beer and you didn't like it? You don't want somebody to pour that out,
Right.
Because somebody else could have enjoyed it.
Well,
so.
I'm such a cheapskate that I would finish it no matter how bad it is.
Same here.
Hashtag still has alcohol.
I mean, we've been to a few breweries where they don't do 5-ounce pours.
Right.
I mean, they only do.
Wait,
what
it's
is-
not our turn.
No, it's not.
Well, it's too late now.
You crack the can, it's all good.
Oh,
Premature crack.
This is one of my favorite fucking beers.
It's the Bonnie Pills.
we haven't
It-
had that yet. We saw it when we were there last week, but
I fell in love with John the night
Isn't
I had
this-
this beer.
Go the other way.
Is this the one we had? They first
We
were
drank
making
it from the
and they hadn't
brewers.
come out yet, and they had
Yep.
never made it before, and we drank it green from the
And I
fermenter.
told him, I'm like, you need to can this beer.
Yes.
And it
We
only
were-
took him 3 years, but he finally canned it.
we were there last week with Dane. Have you guys met Dane?
Of course we've
Oh,
met
yeah.
Dane.
Oh,
Great guy.
Dane.
Great guy. It was packed when we were there. What day were we there?
We were there on St. Patty's Day,
St. Patty's Day.
getting wasted off pizza.
Nice. That's another brewery.
Getting
One of
wasted
the,
off pizza.
I think
the best
one of
kind.
the coolest things that like we've got to experience doing this podcast is seeing breweries go from being brand new or newish and sort of limited and small and like not a lot of people know them, and then like fast forward a couple of years later, all of a sudden like they've exploded and everybody loves them. St. Boniface, I mean, they were doing great things when we first met them.
Is that we knew them first?
Well, no, and it's not like when we
Such
first,
a beer hipster.
They got the bump. They got the Beer Busters bump.
Well, when we first recorded there, like they
we
were
need to record there again. By
they
the way,
were well on their way,
That night
and like
was
people
epic.
knew, but like they're even bigger now. And like Evil Genius, we met very early on, and they were just these dudes who were like, we're trying to start a beer company, and now they've got a place.
You see it
they've got
come full
employees,
circle,
like,
and you're.
It's so cool to see the success stories and see people grow. And we've been lucky enough that most of the people we've come into contact with have gone on to be even more successful.
and have been pretty awesome.
What was interesting to see with St. Boniface, we had like Libation, and we had
Or fabrication.
Padea,
Right.
and then we saw them do the Kickstarter fundraising for the 3 pound, and then we tried the 3 pound at a beer fest, and we were like, wow.
Yeah.
And then shortly thereafter, they started canning more.
Right, yeah.
And they started doing brewery-only releases, and now everybody's talking about them. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see it kind of build and then, kind of hit full stride. So.
Yeah, it's really awesome to walk into like a young brewery and taste something and be like, wow, like these people are going to go places, and then they do, you know?
It's a little scary sometimes, though. I'm not going to lie, because we've gone to a couple that are just doing incredible stuff, Hidden River, Forest and Maine.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Honestly, Bond Place, I believe, is one of them as well. And
He's going
it's,
places.
it's like, this is unbelievable beer. And there's a part of me that has like that aspect where like you don't want things to change, like you want them to grow and you want them to do better, but at the same time you're like, man, I just always hope the quality is like this. I hope that I'm not going to have to wait in 4 hours of line to get a beer. That's my only worry.
There's something nice about having that like hidden gem. Like I think
Forest and Maine.
fair enough, and I was going to say Hidden River, which ironically
Name is perfect for that.
Hidden gem, because like they've sort of been like on a slow burn. Like when we first met them, and the first time we were there, Steph and I went there shortly after they opened, and just kind of randomly walked in. Didn't like say we were like the Beer Busters, or we were just hanging out. Like, you know what I mean? And got a flight, and we're like, this is fucking awesome. And then eventually we got to know them. We recorded a podcast there, and I feel like they've been on like a slow burn. Like they haven't exploded, but I feel like that's good. You know, like because they're definitely doing really awesome things, and I think they've got like that slowly, like it's building little by little.
If you do it too fast, you could lose quality.
Exactly.
I mean, go at your own pace. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, if
exactly.
you're still selling out, that's still a good thing. But I mean, and then to touch on your point with the lines. So what have we seen recently?
Well, where are you going with this one? I'll let you.
No, we've seen the pre-order online.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
you get
yeah,
cans.
yeah.
I mean,
Vault and Fegley's, and I'm sure there's other breweries that are doing it. The idea that I can just look, it's 2017, right? We all use the internet on a moment-to-moment basis.
Right.
The fact that I can go on, sign on, even if I have to like the release is a special time not to be online, that's cool for me.
Right.
But the fact that I can sign up, get my beer, and then say, okay, I now have a week. I can go this special day and go pick it up. I don't have to committing 5 hours on a weekday is brutal. Like you have to take a day off of work to go buy a case of beer because you can't buy a 4-pack if you're going to take that much time off.
Right. Yeah.
So I do like the pre-order idea quite a bit, and I hope more breweries go for it.
and you get a week to pick it up too. So it's not like you got to pre-order and pick it up the next day. So I think it's a good idea.
I do kind of feel like, and I know Steph for a while was the kind of like go wait in line for 3 hours to get this bottle of beer. I feel like you don't do that so much anymore, but I know you used to a lot. Now you send Rich.
It depends
when it's important.
who's in my company.
Yeah,
You get burnt out.
But I do kind of feel like there comes a point where it's just a gimmick. You know what I mean? Like, is the beer really that great that it's worth? And I know it's an experience and it's fun, but I feel like
It's more about the people you're hanging out with.
yeah,
when you're
but I
doing
feel
it.
like it's sort of started to like turn a corner where it's like becoming like a Black Friday opening.
Hey,
on Thanksgiving
you've never
at
wait
noon.
in line at the Veil with Joe Man.
Well,
Just saying.
that would be awesome. Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
I mean, I guess what my point is you can there's still enough breweries here that you can go to and get a crowler or a growler
have
or
to wait
sit
in
down
line.
at the bar
Yeah.
and not
I
have to
agree.
wait in line.
Oh, yeah,
And they're
absolutely.
making just as good beer.
Oh,
And
yeah,
just because you have to
exactly,
wait in line for it does not automatically make it a good beer.
Exactly.
I've waited in
Of
line
course.
for some pretty shitty beer.
Yeah. Or you've waited in line for like not much beer. Like they drop allotments or you don't get a lot. So we've been lucky to go to all these breweries, especially like, you can walk into Forest and Maine, grab any growler you want.
Yeah.
So it's all about knowing about the different breweries.
I haven't been to Forest and Maine in forever.
Yeah, we need to get there. We've had some fun times.
Bacon popcorn.
And
I was
we've
gonna say
never
the food
recorded
there
there.
is
The
incredible.
popcorn is awesome.
Well, and the building
bacon popcorn
too.
is awesome.
Not the
I
bacon
like sitting
popcorn.
outside
Yeah,
under the hop vines, man. Oof.
The other popcorn.
Everything but the bacon popcorn.
we should record there.
We should. I'll reach out.
Cool.
We haven't talked to them yet, but it'd be cool.
It's a cool spot. Like
They're a nice guy.
the house.
So, hold on. Bippa, it's up to you. Let's go. Pull a beer.
Hey,
out.
wait a minute, guys. I just want to one more time say this Pilsner's really fucking
It is
good.
good.
I
It is.
know,
Isn't
right?
it really good?
It is
Yeah.
one of the best beers
All right.
made in the state.
It's really good.
Period.
And I don't even like Pilsner.
John
so I'd
is
say
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
He is amazing.
Awesome.
This beer
a
is
little
amazing.
voodoo action. It's been a while since I had a
We're
voodoo
going
beer.
other side of the state.
We're going
Yeah.
west
We're
West
going-
Coast.
We're going west.
West Coast, PA.
West Coast.
One of the first.
West Side.
We're going. What is this? Unrefined from Voodoo.
We are definitely unrefined.
8.1%.
That is appropriate. One of the first super wow beers that we ever had as Beer
Oh, my
Busters.
God.
It's our first top shelf.
In this, which we don't. It's not a thing, so nobody has any idea what that is because we did like 2 of them.
Well, people that have
4
been
years
following
ago.
us from the beginning know.
Joe, man.
Thanks, Joe, man.
Can we explain that real quick? Or
We
Is that the little segment you used to do, like the film segment?
We used to do these these spotlights on a beer on our website that we would call Top Shelf, which were meant to be beers that were like super wow. Oh my god, this is incredible.
They were
The first one we
beers.
did was the Voodoo Apple Brandy Grand Met.
Did you get the reference, please?
I did.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
Office Space.
we were
my
just
O-face.
watching that the other night.
Yeah, we just watched it the other
It's
day.
my O face.
But that was one of the first early on. Like that was like single digit episodes in to the podcast. And
that
I've
was
always
from when I visited there.
Yeah, and I've always kept an eye on
that
Voodoo
bottle.
because that really made an impression on me.
Apple
That was a
Brandy
really good-
Grand Met, right?
Yeah, it was a really good
We-
beer.
I think
That
I
I
still have the bottles on one of these shelves down there.
That was
Probably,
such a
yeah.
good beer. Oh, my God.
we've been lucky to find a few people who are trading some beer with us so we can get it. But I mean, they do the whole release thing.
Trading
too.
beer, you say that's illegal. It's illegal, sir.
It's not illegal
Why would you say that?
because they just passed laws, so we're good.
Also,
I think you need-
laws.
All right, laws. Come on.
How many
Semantics.
people really make it to this point
On the
in
next episode of Cocaine Busters.
What?
Joe, man, there's a law enforcement officer in this room. I'm just saying. I don't know where.
Oh boy.
Did you bring the cuffs?
Oh, did he bring his cups? Nice.
So my question to you guys is: have you been out to Pittsburgh recently?
No.
yeah.
No.
Recently? Like
I
within the
refuse
last
to go to
year,
that city
yeah.
because of the Penguins.
Well, what about the beer?
Yeah,
You're
they've
gonna
got
go
a
for the beer?
really
some
bad
good
They
beer
can
in
ship
there.
it to me.
infestation problem. Like you walk down the street and it's just like these little fucking tuxedos everywhere. they're like cockroaches. It's crazy. They need to do something about that.
Once Sidney Crosby is out of that city, I will visit.
I
he's,
saw
he's
what he
wrecking
just.
shop right now.
I
though.
saw what he just did with the guy's
No, he's
finger.
wrecking fingers
that
right
looked
now.
You're right.
Nasty,
He tore that guy's
nasty.
knuckle off, didn't he?
Episode 112, Wrecking Fingers.
Wrecking fingers.
What is happening?
I broke my finger in your twinkle cave.
Are you writing down these names, or are we just saying them?
I'll get it when I go back to edit.
Okay. We're gonna need a message with all these names.
God.
We weren't supposed to get drunk tonight.
Too late.
We all knew that was going to happen.
Too late.
What is in our glass? I forget already.
This is
Voodoo. Unrefined.
Unrefined.
8.1%.
Very appropriate.
Yeah.
You want to see the?
It's green.
Do you want
It's
to check
green.
it in on your Untapped?
Oh, I already did.
Oh.
It's very
So why did you have to ask if you already know you checked it in?
Well, I guess I could have looked at the screen.
Yeah.
Hashtag wasted.
Hashtag she's gonna put on her Chewbacca costume soon.
Hashtag no dinner. Hashtag Chewbacca.
Only almonds.
Only almonds.
But speaking of Pittsburgh, that scene is absolutely ridiculous.
And that's what I've heard about the city, and I don't want to admit the fact that I would actually like to go there, if anything, just for the beer culture.
Pittsburgh is an awesome city for a day.
There's
It
a
is.
lot of breweries that have just
How much
just
beer can you drink in a
exploded.
day?
Like
Oh,
Dancing Gnome,
Actually,
Grist House.
yeah, probably plenty.
I've done that city in a day a couple times.
It's crazy. From like 3 years ago, there's like a handful of breweries out there, nothing crazy. and now there's like in the dozens. It's absolutely exploding out there. The things people like Brew Gentlemen are doing, Dancing Gnome, obviously Dry Log, which is a shocking case of the amount of times I brought up Dry Log to people that are like, never heard of it.
Yeah.
They're making some of the best sours out there, wild ales, essentially.
Fermented ales.
Unbelievable stuff that people really... I think there's this obsession right now going on with the hazy IPA, the juicy IPA, whatever it is. But the next echelon is the crazy sour. I think that's what the beer hipsters are going to get onto.
Yeah, I've been feeling that for a while. IPAs are. I don't want to say that they're taking the back seat yet, because they're clearly not.
Not yet,
but
no.
they will soon. And I think when we were at Free Will for Sour Sunday last year, and I think that's when I started to realize that will be the next thing.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of glad, because there's so many things you can do,
and not too sour, but an approachable sour, right? Where one you can enjoy, one that's refreshing.
I want
something
funky sours,
funky sour.
I want some crazy sours.
What's the one that Maniunk made last year?
Well, Maniunk. Okay, so Maniunk had Sour Resin Project 1 and 2.
I didn't have that.
Both good, but they did the sour stout.
Ooh.
A style you don't hear very often.
No, not at all.
What was it? Orange is the...
It was Sour is the new stout.
I saw that in the shelf at Wegmans, and I almost bought it.
It's honestly worth trying because it's a very good representation of the style.
Your
you
eyes
get that
trick you.
creaminess, and you also get a little bit of that funk on it. It's very nice.
No, I'm talking about, what was the one they made? The
Sour
Goza.
Resin.
Sorry, it was a Goza. It was a Goza.
Oh, that was Drain Pour. That was Drain Pour, wasn't it?
Came in a little
they
belly
made it
flop,
Goza.
belly
Belly
flop.
Flop. It's coming back out again.
Oh, with the cucumbers.
Cucumber lime. It was ballin'.
I had...
It was really good. I mean, that's one of the ones that I thought was, okay, wow, I wasn't really big into sours. This is kind of approachable for me. I can get into it.
Is
It's
a Goza
refreshing.
really a sour, though?
Well...
Is it really a sour?
In flavor profile,
Yes.
but...
Really?
See,
I
I
consider it a
had
little bit.
from Maniunk. I don't want to go on too much of a tangent with. I mean, I
Do
love
it,
their
sir.
beers. I had Up
I
Shit's
think
Creek.
we've been on a tangent for about 3 hours.
Probably. I
Whole
had
thing's a tangent.
Welcome back.
Up Shit's Creek from them, which was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But going away from sours, their French Toast Crunch.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite beers in the world.
But you don't like Grape Ape. I don't get it.
Because it's terrible.
So French Toast Crunch Porter was very interesting. I actually like that way more than their regular peanut butter one.
The peanut butter one was good, but didn't blow me out of the water, you know. But the
It
peanut
didn't
butter
blow
crunch
me out
Shush.
of the water.
It did.
...
In general, it didn't blow me.
Oh shit! You have another can.
Yeah,
In a can.
Yeah.
Good thing is there's like 5 of us. so-
I know.
And there's several more.
And there's other
Yeah.
people too. So if you don't want to drink
I'll
it,
drink it.
Rich will drink whatever we don't.
So you want to start off with Steph?
Please start with Steph, and then
Yes.
pass it back.
Yeah,
through
then
you
pass it
guys.
back.
Okay, I'll do the lead in and then I'll hand it over.
Okay.
This is Citra Must Be Destroyed. It's a double IPA from Springhouse.
Of course, it's Springhouse.
And of course it's a double, and of course it's in Lancaster or Lancaster.
Lancaster.
Depending on how you say it.
Lancaster is apparently the PA way to say it.
Yes.
right?
Lancaster.
Lancaster. Yeah.
It's the way to say it.
Unlike Burnt Lancaster.
Everyone in Jersey calls it Lancaster.
Because everyone in
And
Jersey is
Are you
wrong.
from PA? So you don't know.
I'm from Jersey. That's my point.
Exactly. So you say it wrong.
No, I say Lancaster now.
Well,
I've
'cause
adapted.
You've adapted.
I've grown.
Or
I've
have you
evolved.
They've adapted.
adapted?
Adapted.
It's getting heated over here. What's the ABV
I was
on
going
that
with
beer?
a Borg reference.
A million. Oh God.
A million.
Do you really want to know the ABV of this?
Yeah, I think it's 10.5, right?
Really high, yeah.
10.5, yeah.
So I need just. sip.
Well, you know what? I don't think you're going to go anywhere, so I think you're fine.
Totally disregarding your instructions, Dan. Passing it the wrong way.
Oh, whatever.
I wasn't
don't care.
listening.
She didn't pour any, did she?
Yes, I
Well,
did.
here.
Oh, she did.
And then send it back my way.
Who's deeply breathing?
It's me.
Are you okay?
I am barely
Episode
I was a little
112.
offended. I thought you didn't pour any.
No, I feel like Springhouse. I don't know. I kind of like artsy stuff like that. I like how Springhouse said, "Look, we're gonna name all our beer within a certain style, and we're gonna make all our art in that style of kind of like that creature feature, monster of the week style."
that's
I
a
like
cool
that.
style, yeah.
I think it's cool.
Plus, have you guys been there yet?
Yep.
I actually
have not. They're what's the one the elves kidnap Santa? Is that what's called?
Martians kidnap Santa.
Martians kidnap
The
Santa,
elves
that's what-
kidnap Santa. They already have
fucking
Santa,
know.
bro.
I
They
don't
work
know.
for him.
Something like
This
that.
is like a union revolt.
Hey, how do you know that Martians aren't elves. You don't know.
Could be the
I
same
mean, they're
thing.
short. They could be. They
You
could
don't
be
know.
aliens.
You don't know. You don't know. They all work for Budweiser.
My point is, it's a really cool building. You should go there. It's a really cool.
I've heard that.
it's a good
I've seen
spot.
pictures, but I do actually. I really like that beer. The Martians Kidnap Santa.
Yeah, it's a
Cool beer.
eggnog stout.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah. There's been a lot that's happened, and God only really knows what's in the final product, assuming you believe in such a being.
Yes, she does.
I see what you. I got you. The
Wow, they
audience
like that one.
The audience of Patreons. The audience of patrons gets that
Hey guys, tell me all your thoughts on God.
because I'd really like to meet her.
I'd really like to meet her.
What if God was one of us?
Yep.
Just
Well played. Musical theme.
I like it. I like your reference though.
Was that Dishwalla?
it was.
Yep.
Yep.
I saw them once. They were actually really good
Yeah.
in concert.
Yeah. You know what I like doing in my spare time?
What do you do?
Counting blue cars.
Yes.
But boom.
God, I love the '90s references here.
I
old.
love the 90s.
I kind of wish I had my black lipstick on right now.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure you have it somewhere.
I'm sure I do.
You should do an intro.
If not,
with
there's a couple
90s songs.
Sharpies right there.
Yep.
So we had a lot of awesome PA beers, and that's only a tiny offering of what the state really has.
There's so much beer
There's-
in Pennsylvania.
So Pennsylvania has only recently come into the 20th century with its liquor laws, but
But the brewers have been
the
at it
brewers
forever.
are on point and they're constantly innovating, and this is just a small sample of what the state has to offer. And if you want any other offerings, you want something we had here, I'm sure the guys from Breweries in PA have been there. Steph has probably been there. Wayne and I don't travel much, so we probably if somebody brought it to us, we probably drank
Yeah,
it.
Dan and I drink beer at home and watch YouTube.
That is true.
like real men.
That
That's
is
what
true.
we do.
That is true. Good mythical morning, Wayne.
Yep, that's right.
Exactly.
Hashtag all the way.
Hashtag.
That's not a hashtag.
It is now. Hashtag all the way.
Don't Google that.
Oh, God. Don't Google that, indeed.
Hashtag Beer Busters.
Hey,
That's a hashtag I can get behind, sir.
There we go.
I don't even know what happened at this point anymore. We've been recording
drank
for
beer.
2 hours and 44 minutes as of right now. We did
so
drink beer.
this is a fun little game you can play at home, and we should do this at the end of every episode, where you tell the audience how long we've actually been recording, and they can look at the length of the final episode,
Yes.
and subtract, and figure out how much shit was cut out.
There's a lot of stuff
And
that
that's
was
how many
caught out.
ounces of beer you have to chug.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot for this one.
Yeah.
Do we really want to cause alcohol poisoning in people?
No.
I don't want any.
You know what, Dan? I don't want to hold that.
And don't try to drink all the beers that we drank.
Don't you put that evil
by
on me.
yourself.
Yeah, don't do it by yourself. Have a friend. Have at
Invite
least one
your
friend.
patrons over.
Drink with a friend.
And have a DD. Rich, thank you for
Rich.
everything you do.
Hey,
Thanks, Rich.
stellar fucking job, by the way. That was
Stellar
awesome.
job. That was really, really
That's
cool.
my favorite.
I think
I just sharded.
Yes, and I think I was fired.
No, you can keep your job. Just Rich might get more mic
I
time.
think what we're going to do is we're going to rotate and sort of feel it out.
You know, I was about to ask if we had favorites. I don't remember everything we
Yes,
drank.
surprise.
Surprise.
I love that
Surprise,
beer.
Steph likes surprise.
And then the pills.
The pills
St.
was awesome.
Boniface. St.
I really
Boniface
like
was
that
my
voodoo. That was a really good,
Yeah.
unrefined.
I don't know. I
It was
feel
really
like
good.
Evil Smoosh only because
Smoosh.
it was one of the most unique beers I've probably ever had.
Absolutely. I have to agree, Smoosh.
Yeah.
The Crowler's right in front of me. It's empty, and it's kind of
It's sad.
That Pilsner from St. Boniface was
that was
really
That was
Fantastic.
solid.
Yep.
That was
fantastic,
absolutely
yeah.
good.
I mean, honestly, I haven't had a bad thing from them.
No,
I mean, they were
me
making
neither.
some great beer.
Hey, guys. I think what we're getting at is if you want to drink good beer,
Come to Pennsylvania.
Come to Pennsylvania.
Amen.
So
Great
even
beer,
yeah,
man.
even the few of you that listen that are outside
Hey.
of Pennsylvania.
and if you don't know what beers to drink in Pennsylvania, check out Breweries in PA.
Or beerrusterspodcast.com.
They will tell you. Yeah.
Or
Or us,
beerbusterspodcast.com.
you know.
Both. Check out both.
Both,
Yeah.
of course.
Exactly.
Of course.
We're there-
it's,
we're there
it's,
too.
it's a beautiful harmony
They're
between
young.
the two of us.
They're young and hip. They'll tell you the cool beers.
We're old and
Those
jaded. We'll tell you what
millennials
actually
Yeah.
gets you through
Born
the day.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
I was born in the 80s, so thanks.
All right.
Yes.
you go.
See,
One of us
you're-
knows
you're now
hashtags.
my favorite.
That's true. You're 87 also, right?
87, yes.
Me too.
Hey, guys,
there we
I'm
go.
almost as old as John Stemler.
I'm older than you.
John, if you're listening, we're sorry.
You know what else is old? Books. You should also go to audibletrial.com/beerbusters and sign up for your own 30-day trial of an audio account from Audible. Those books that are old, they're not old anymore because somebody's reading them to you on the internet. The internet's only been around for, not long.
Everything old is new again.
Everything old is
Ask
new
Al Gore.
again, like
Yeah.
vinyl.
You can can download the Cyber Bible.
You really could. Or you could listen to a book that somebody cares about on audibletrial.com/beerbusters.
The Cyber Quran.
Wow.
You went there, huh? They don't drink.
No, they don't.
Nobody's downloading that.
They're lost.
True. So you can listen to, the science of Star Trek or Art of the Deal or something somebody cares about. audibletrial.com/beerbusters. You can also go to patreon.com/beerbusters and get your own invite to be in the audience of a Beerbusters recording when we are at home at the Beerbusters Global Headquarters, which now has an untapped location.
Whoops.
And you can get special behind-the-scenes stuff. You can get early access to outtakes. You could, if you're at a certain level, you get your name mentioned on the podcast, the Patreon roll call. You could even submit a question that we ask a future guest. And who knows?
You can get hugs.
You can get hugs.
Yeah.
You could be.
You're all getting hugs.
As we put it on Patreon, who knows? You could be the 4th Beer Buster.
No, you could be the 5th Beer Buster.
Or like the 12th.
Because Rich is 3.5 and
Do we
Kevin Keller
regenerate?
is 4.
Yeah.
We regenerate, right?
You could be
Yeah.
4.5.
Yeah, this is.
I got dibs on David Tennant.
The
No,
new
I
person
think-
should wear the
I think-
Chewbacca outfit.
Yeah.
That should be the
Oh,
requirement.
if you
If
pledge,
we get our $50 a month Patreon,
I will wear
Steph
my Chewie costume.
will wear the Chewie costume.
Oh,
and
nice.
hug you. She'll hug you too.
I will
There's your
hug
incentive.
you while wearing the Chewie
Remind me to
costume.
make that official. I'll put it on
I
Patreon.
put it on Patreon. I'll do it.
Do it.
I will do it.
It
Do
is
it live.
official. It's on the internet.
All right.
You will get a hug from Steph Chewbacca.
And everything's true online. So
Of course.
Steph
Everything you
Baca.
see online is true. And don't forget, we have a bunch of events that are coming up that we will be
Yep.
at.
Bunch of dates I said before. Rewind.
Also, go to facebook.com/beerbusters.
Or
Podcast.
sign up for our newsletter. We'll keep you up to date on our.
Of course.
So this brings us to another end of Beer Busters. I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Good night.
Rich says thanks, everybody. I have
Oh,
to
that
say
was
thank you
succinct.
to you guys for coming out.
thanks for inviting us.
Of course, go to breweries.pa.com.
until he pushes the button.
Sadly, this
Hit the damn
brings us
button.
to the end of another episode
There it is.
of Beer Busters. And seriously, guys, thank you so much for coming out here. It's been a lot of fun. And definitely, if you guys are, going to a brewery or whatever, we will promote whatever you guys have and would love to hang out with you again.
Yeah.
I am Dan Baker, joined as usual by my co-host and brewerologist.
Steph Hefner.
She almost forgot. And the demented and fermented
Wayne Baker.
There's a lot that happened. Sign up for the newsletter, beerbusterspodcast.com, to get all the outtakes
Squid.
for this and every other episode. I can't just say squids because I have another 10 seconds now.
No squids were harmed
In the making of this episode.
And we'll see you next
We
time.
bid you adieu.
And I broke my finger in your twinkle cave.